All right. Brumsy.
Dude.
You dog.
No, man. Fuck, dude. Honestly, I was freaking my shit. I was sitting there. I wake up. I look at my clock, 10:19. I'm like, no. I hear a knock on my door. I'm like, what is going on? Because obviously nobody knows where the fuck I live. I know nobody up here. I know nobody. So I'm like, as I'm trying to set everything up, I'm like, yeah, it's Peter. Luckily, Peter of all people came over and knocking on my fucking door. Cool Mo P lives in the area. Made sure the old fucking narcoleptic crumbs made it to the party. Holy shit. I told myself not to fall asleep, man. I was so zonked. I told myself, I was like, don't do it. Don't do it. I did it.
That's funny, man. I'm just going to put on.
So good evening, everybody. Good evening. Sorry.
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody.
Hey, how you doing?
God dang it, man. I did see, though, Death and Strawberries had some general purpose. Look like an all clear there. That shit was looking fire. Gosh dang.
Yeah, man. God, this feels so much better, dude.
I'm
Holy
so
shit.
sorry, homie. I come in, I've seen a chat. It's honestly like coming into some kind of weird murder scene. Like, I should have
left that to me. God, bro. Like, you're going to have to find a clip of that first 5 seconds of the show, me basically going,
you know, what's funny is I even thought to myself earlier today, out of a weird panic anxiety shit, I even thought to myself, I'm like, you know, there should be some backup plan that we have in case an emergency ever happens. That B to the J has a way of just streaming right in. Nope. Fuck.
Well, and you know what, dude? And I just figured that out too, because I'm waiting and I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, I can't get in unless he activates it, apparently.
Otherwise, because in a normal day, if I didn't have a waiting room, you could have just taken the admin. So I need to set you up as a second admin or some shit.
True, yeah.
Holy crap. How you doing, man? I feel like so disgusting now. I just woke up from the sweatiest, stickiest nap. Jesus.
I'm doing good, man. I have never been happier to see your face. I'm good. Titty Beans just joined real quick. He wasn't going to be able to join tonight, but it looks like he is. I don't know what's going up. I got something going on with my camera, dude. There's some weird light. What is that? Anyway.
It's the heavenly glow of your collection. As we all were noticing today. What the fuck wall is that you posted earlier today? My Christ.
Oh, that wall's to my left. It's just one of the walls in the room. I have a couple like that. But that's a good one, man. There was a couple blank spots that I filled in, and you know, once you fill in those blank spots, you know, a small blank spot on a wall like that really sticks out. So I had a couple on there that I had to fill in with just some stuff that I got recently, and it came out pretty good. I love that wall, man. It's one of those things you can just sit there and stare at. And what the intent kind of is that I want everybody to look at and try to, you know, pick something out that they like, or have an artist look at that and maybe pick out their piece or whatever.
I'm sure you get it, man. There's times I know that people who might be able to see into my apartment might think I'm fucking nuts because I can't help it. I couldn't even count the amount of times I just stand. You know, you walk away, you go to something else, and come back.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Good to see everybody this evening. My goodness. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Androids, no touching. Yeah, no shit though. But bees is like fuck, like some I'm sure you can touch, but there's some pieces in there that, yeah, holy Christ almighty, leave it be.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what, man? Museum of Toys. I sure would like that. I'd have to move at this point to make that happen, but I would love to make that happen someday. That'd be cool.
Yo, BJ, Ella's got a question that I think
area shit flick. Yeah.
I was got a question I think everybody's been kind of wondering before. How do you personally hang yours? And dude, how do you make sure the blisters don't fucking peel off, man? That's one of the scariest things.
So I have this room is very well. There is a window in here that's got some dark coverings on it, but I do make sure that there is enough AC in this room to make sure that this room is cool at all times. I think heat and direct sunlight are probably the biggest offenders for those bubbles popping off. Sometimes it's just, you can't help it. But hanging on them. So I never go through a card. I never take a thumbtack and put it in far enough to where it's going to damage the card. It's almost kind of like a balancing act a little bit. But basically what I'm doing is I'm putting the card on there, then putting one or two thumbtacks at the bottom and letting it kind of rest on the stem of the, you know what I mean? And so then when you butt up another one,
as you go to put
sometimes you can put a thumb between them and let it. Yeah. And then you kind of let other ones. So you kind of try to minimize the thumbtacks. What I do, I always use clear ones so they don't show up. But it's, and then you just kind of put them in different spots to where sometimes you're holding more than, like if you have two butted up like this, you put one in the corner and it's holding both of them actually. So it's a bit of a balancing act, but I think it's secure enough to where they're not going to fall. I mean, I've never had one fall off the wall. So yeah, I knocked them off the wall within 24 hours. And that's what's funny. I mean, I've bumped that wall several times. The door to this room is on the other side of that wall. And sometimes when it gets slammed hard, they've still never fallen off. So, fingers crossed that doesn't happen. Dude, 21st show. That's it. We're 21. That's it.
Imagine if the show was our little baby boy. I slept right through the fucking singing of happy birthday tonight. God damn.
I mean, 21. 21. Cheers, buddy.
Oh, shoot. Look at you go.
21. It's
What are
probably
you sipping on there?
That's a little proper 12. Not the most expensive thing on the shelf, but proper 12, man. It's smooth to me like Jameson. Jameson's probably my favorite. We're not getting fancy over here. And but proper 12, I like it. Some people don't like it. I put mine in the freezer. I think it's nice and smooth, man. I love it.
I can't do dark alcohol, man. I'll never forget. I don't know what Peter and I were thinking. We bought a 2.6 and my chase was Pepto-Bismol. I don't know what I was thinking back in the day. We each got to chase, and I was like, I'm chasing the Pepto-Bismol. And I remember using the lid of the Pepto-Bismol as my shot glass. So I'd pour the whiskey into the Pepto-Bismol and take it, and then I'd chug a whip of Pepto-Bismol. I've never been so sick in my life. I don't touch dark alcohol anymore.
Dude, that's wild.
Done some dumb shit. Oh, done some dumb shit. I think, dude, okay. I'm going to put it out there, guys. I do not really talk about my narcolepsy too often unless I joke about it. It is one of the most embarrassing things I think I possibly can do. This evening, falling asleep, I'm going to level with you guys. That is like a nightmarish thing that I deal with all the time. I can't stand the idea of accidentally falling asleep. Tonight was literally like my worst nightmare actually coming true.
It's all good, man.
Falling asleep, dude.
I actually used to have I worked at a different job before, and I had an installer that was working for me. And he had it, man, and it's a real thing. And he would have to pull over sometimes. And when for him, I don't know how it is for you, but he could really feel it coming on, and he'd have to pull over, and he would be, out like that, like magic,
I shouldn't have sat down, dog.
That's great. Yeah, right. T-Bone, good to see you, my man.
Very nice to see you, man. We were chatting about you last week. Yeah, we've got a very full week ahead here. We've got a bunch of people coming in. I can't believe I missed most of Death and Strawberries there. I hope, did you end up saving that live or what?
Yeah, I did. I think I did. But what we were talking about, man, so his dad is an author, and Death and Strawberries had done the book art for him. I think you probably saw that. But very cool, dude. It's a different medium that we don't normally talk about on here. Nib Studios has some great art, and he's Death and Strawberries. There's another one, dude. That's and like I said, again, those are on Amazon. They're cheap. John McLaughlin is the author. Snatch them up.
Snatch them up.
That I did talk about, man, was terrible. Just snatch them up. They're there. Reach out and grab one. They're cheap. They're cheaper than your next meal. Put it that way. That's a fact.
That's the new beat of the J line. Snatch them up.
Terrible.
It's cheaper than your next meal.
I I don't know if you saw on Dollar Slice's page, but he said congratulations to Terrible Toy Works for best new spooky toy maker, which I 100% agree with. But I just don't know where that award came from. If it came directly from Dollar Slice and it's just something that he's claiming, I agree. And what an honor to be, presented that by him. I didn't know if it was an award.
You're like tickling such a weird, perverse, like rage button for me right now. I don't even know why. I'm sitting here just being like, tell us, like, yes, you know what? Yes, absolutely, Toy Works. You have made absolutely one of the most spookiest toys. Dollar Slice, fuck off. No one cares. I don't know. I don't know why.
There was just no reference to what that was referring to, but still, dude, I mean, Terrible Toy Works, he's got some just wicked stuff, coming up, plus the stuff that he's put out. And you know what? That brings up a good point, man. I don't know if anybody does like kind of an end of the year awards type thing like that. I mean, I'm not trying to single anybody out, but that would be kind of neat, I would hope that a lot of people wouldn't get offended. I mean, how do you not give everybody an award? It's one of those things, but God, dude, I feel so much more comfortable that we're fucking on YouTube. Oh shit, that was a nightmare. Nightmare.
Dude, yeah. Sorry, guys.
Western Goods, man. I said what's up to him earlier, but shit, we had a hell of a time at that Wu-Tang Nas Busta Rhymes concert. Man, that thing was off the chain. There was dude, that was a great show. Great show, man. Probably one of the top 5 shows I've ever been to. Very, very cool.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Have got to be in their 50s by now, right?
Oh, easily older, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but I would have thought older.
Yeah.
But was it like one of those big sitting down concerts? I'm having a hard time understanding what concerts are these days. I'm seeing like a band come back that I would normally have been like in fire or been like super stoked on. And I'm seeing them come back though, but it's like studio shows where you're like sitting miles away, and I'm like, yo, what is this just COVID concerts now? Like, what is that?
Right. And I've seen that before, and this one definitely wasn't like it. So this was at Oracle Arena in Oakland where the Golden State Warriors used to play, and they've taken the basketball court out now and they use it primarily for concerts, but it almost looks like a really smaller venue when you get in there. But the stage is right there, and they have folding chairs, in the first, I don't know how many rows, 50 rows, I guess, or something like that. And you can sit down if you want. You can stand up. We were down in that section and we stood up the whole time.
But
when you're older, you notice that standing up for 4 hours straight, no matter what you're doing, that's a bitch. So I was glad that those chairs were right there, because honestly, I had to sit down and have a snack a couple times. It was cool, man. But the seats, how they went up, even if you were in some of the seats that were going up elevated, they were still really great seats. And yeah, they were all there, man. Everybody, with the exception of ODB, everybody was there, right?
There's some people are not going
honestly,
to be there.
The last one that I went to was a Wu-Tang concert, or the previous one that I went to, and his son was there. He has a son that was with them at the time, was kind of filling in for his parts, which was very cool. He wasn't there this time, but smaller venues, man. I dig it. Man. I go to a lot of shows in San Francisco, Sacramento, where they're just at these smaller clubs. Petaluma, if you're familiar with that area, they got some really good shows out there, but really small venues. Anyways, let's talk about toys.
Toys. We got Vomiting Droids and Burial Boba coming in. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Vomiting Droids is maybe one of those people who comes off as being a little bit socially anxious, and yet we're going to make that motherfucker open up a Burial Boba toy in front of Burial Boba, and I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, exactly, man. I like how that kind of came out in the post, that they're both going to be here. And I think Burial Boba made a post that if Vomiting Droids didn't like it, and I mean, wouldn't that be funny, dude? If Vomiting Droids, they looked at it and was just like, nah, that's weak, and just it just tossed it to the side. which would never happen because number one, he's not the kind of guy. Number two, Barrio Boba doesn't make weak shit. So
both true.
Fletcher's working on a multi-layer marble at the moment. Skull that should be sick. Carolina Cool Cat is one of my favorite acts.
What about Carolina Cool Cat? You're kind of
100%.
You're popping in and out there, homie. You were a little choppy there. Sorry.
Oh, what's that?
I realized now you were just reading out Carolina Cool Cat's comment about sitting being one of his favorite activities. I was just letting you know you were a little in and out there on the choppiness.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
man, my internet is honestly not the best out here, dude. I'm in like the back part of the house, literally the furthest corner from the, computer machine. And
the internet's a treat, dude. I the amount of times I come home, I think at least once a day I need to unplug my internet. Whatever.
Yeah.
First world problems.
Hey, I'm gonna unplug my camera real quick and plug it back in and just see if I can get that glare to go away. I'll be right back.
I don't think it's like, without sounding rude, dog, you have so many pieces of glass and like bubbles back there. Of course, you're gonna be getting some kind of a glare. Holy crap, guys! I still have like weird, like, look, my pupils are like little black fucking dots. This is what happens when you roll out of bed and hop onto a live. You are all amazingly chill for coming from live on Instagram over to YouTube too. My freaking goodness, bunch of champions. Oh. I know we've got Barrel Boba chilling already over on the side there. I think Vomiting Droids is too cool for school. He's probably just chilling, doing his own thing. I do know you're on the YouTube chat there. What boxes you got today, too? You're opening up a big pile of fucking artist boxes.
Hey, what do you know? Didn't work at all.
No,
Shocker.
Well, it's going to be the light bouncing off of all your dope shit.
Is it, man?
Hey.
It's never done that before, though.
Well, tonight's special.
A
skilled one.
Yeah, skilled one. Very true. Very true. Yeah, boxes. You want to talk about drops and shows? You want to do that later, or what do you do, man?
I didn't get a whole lot of drops, but it's up to you. If you've got a big list of drops there, I'll admit I didn't catch a lot. Normally in that window where I'm doing my last minute check-ins, I was catching some Z's, homies.
Yeah, all good, man. So here's the drops that I have. So Titty Bean has a big drop this weekend. 19 figures. There's no day or time. So just if you want to get in on that, you think it's going to go quick, set your alerts for Titty Bean. But Titty Bean's going to have 19 figures in the store this weekend. Might be Friday, might be Saturday, might be Sunday. Might be noon, might be midnight.
I think I did put that in my saves. Holy fuck, what am I doing tonight? I feel on another planet still, dude. Share. These guys here, I had on my save list. That's what you're talking about? September Patreon exclusives. I think he made he made some of those, Patreon. Did he not?
Mm-hmm. I believe those are the Patreon ones, but the figures that are coming out this weekend, I don't think that he's put those out, unless some of them are going to be some of the leftovers from the claims that the Patreon had. I didn't think about that. That may be something as well.
So these are up in the store right now. If anybody hasn't seen these,
those
these are insane. The head swap one was insane. And then I don't know what the hell's going on there. Something fun.
Right on.
Okay. And then of course I'm sure we were going to bring up this today too, right?
Oh, holy shit, bro. Like, yeah, we're going to talk about that. I'm going to get through the drops real quick because I do want to talk about that. That's epic right there when we're going to talk about that.
Yo, why are those boys saying there's a scary shadow on my wall? I do believe in ghosts. Go fuck yourself, dudes.
Oh, I see what he's talking about. It does look kind of like a monster with like the mouth open right there. That's funny. The other ones that I had, Bobadrock has a drop going on this Saturday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And he has some of those scratch and sniff candy crushers is what he's calling them. One's purple, one's orange. It's the thing.
That was the exact one I saw as well. For some reason, about all the drops he's got going on for Halloween right now, that one stood out the most.
I love that, dude. Those are great, man.
Clean. What a fucking
Yeah,
stupid cast. Did a great job. Clean.
dude. And you know those are, and I'm sure those are solid, and they're probably heavy, and they're probably great. And I'm looking at the paint on them. The paint is great.
Well, it's Baba Draw. Baba Draw's fucking killer at painting.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I love that. So those are available Saturday, 5 p.m. You can see right there in his comments. Those are sick.
But also, if anybody missed these are fucking fun, dude.
Those are great. He had some of those last year. Not that color, not that blood red. But that dude right there on the right, that I have that one. And that's a great one.
That's yours?
Yeah, it's got that glow. You can see the glow down there. It glows just like that, dude. Those are sick.
No, they're great.
Look at that. That was last year. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's this year. $25. $25. Go snatch one.
Go snatch one.
Go do it. I mean, you won't be disappointed.
Cheaper than your next meal.
It's going to be a great box. You're going to get a lot of free stuff in it. You're going to get stickers. You're going to get
Poor Baba Draw. Now you're setting that expectation.
Dang.
We don't know if there'll be a bunch of free shit in there. We don't know.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of love in it. I know that. The box will probably be decorated in some way, shape, or form, which is very cool. You don't see a lot of people doing that. Brett, what's up? I don't know if you just came in, if you're saying hi to somebody else, but what's up, man? What else do I got? Flanagan, TL Flanagan, Tiffany Flanagan also has a drop coming up on Friday, which is tomorrow. There's a gremlin sculpture that she did that is very cool. I can't wait to see that. I have a package to open from her tonight as well. But there is a drop tomorrow at Gremlin.
I noticed that you had a piece of theirs, and I was shitting my pants because they're not somebody who often just gets scooped up twice in a month, you know?
Well, and you really got to look at like kind of the frequency of how many of these, smaller pieces are available. If you kind of go back through the history of that account and see what's, how big the pieces are and kind of what they sell for, I would say this is something that's a little bit different. These are coming out pretty consistently. I'd say every couple weeks. You're all good, bro. Smash that. There you go. Attaboy. But they've been coming out pretty consistently, and they're really nice price, and they get here really fast, and it's always really good work. They're all original sculpts, hand painted. Nice stuff, man. You know what else I love about that account? She puts these 80s songs on her story. Phenomenal, dude. And it's the songs that you hear it and you're like, oh man, I love that song, dude. That song says 1985 all over it. And it's great, man. Love that account. Let's see here. The other one that I got is, we already mentioned it before. Donner Don't Care has a couple pieces from the Epic Yeti and the Epic Bigfoot that are painted. One of them painted like Moss Man, one of them painted like Beast Man. I think those are still available. I saw that on her page today. We mentioned that kind of first thing in the show, but yeah, dude, look at those. Those are great.
Those go up on my page today too. Those are nuts. How
do you say that account name? Is it Anasau?
Oh wait, I go Anasu for some reason, but yeah, Anasu. My bad.
Okay.
I have no idea. Yeah. Anasu.com.
Yeah, they have some really cool stuff, man.
They do, and it's affordable. Like, I hate to be that guy because I don't know what's affordable for somebody, but it's a great price, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she says those two are gone. Nice, but she does have blanks. That's awesome. If those sold already, shoot, right on. That's cool.
Congratulations.
I'm
gonna quickly show
unless
off.
you had any other drops that you wanted to mention.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna show off Anaso because why not? Now you got me saying Anaso. I'm going with Anaso now.
Okay. Oh, Christmas ornament. That's awesome.
You know what? But they're the Bigfoot still. And this is insane to me. 9 inches, 36 bones. 9 inches, dude.
Yeah.
Same as some of these dudes here. I've always found that really impressive. I actually love the fucking mischievous bearded dragon, and there's a cat, I think, too. Yeah. Chewing on a gnome.
Those gnomes are man, I've been wanting one of those Chernobyl gnomes for a long time, man. And wow, those went down in price too.
Yeah.
For a while. Those are great.
I slept on the releases for these guys when they dropped, but great sculpts, man. Great pricings.
She says the ETC owns those two that were up there. No surprise there.
Good. Good.
Very cool.
Sometimes pieces just end up in homes that you're just stoked on. Speaking of which, massive thank you to the Green Crayon, man. They are way too fucking dope. They know I missed the Saruga Mark drop that came out. He had these beautiful fucking pink Senjis that dropped, and I totally got off work and saw it, and I was like, dang it, and totally missed them. And Green Crayon mentioned today, he's like, I know you like Saruga Mark. I'm not looking to up it or anything. I'm literally just looking. I accidentally ended up with two. So this guy here, I'm fucking jimmied, man.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
I love them, dude. I like Saruga Mark. You guys better keep your eyes peeled. Saruga Mark's gonna be a name in future that people are chasing down those vinyls, man. I think.
Those are cool. I like those. So do they do just the paint, or they do the whole thing on?
Dude, they're pulling vinyl. That's why I think that, like, I don't know. I think all of you guys have the opportunity, and like, there's an absolute like chance that like most of your toys will appear in somebody's hands, and people will go looking for you, and they'll come across like shit that exists that talks about your work. But when we look at soft vinyl, there's been people throughout the like years and throughout the generations that like they were flinging out vinyl that maybe was like bootleg or pocky back in the day, or looked like rough or crummy, but eventually came to like the forefront and is some of the most like revered and desired vinyl now. And I personally think that Saruga Mark's going to end up landing in that classification. There'll be people that want to chase down all the vinyl of that artist, especially now that they're pulling their own vinyls, man. That the dude is like in his like early 20s. I'm mind blown. I'm impressed all the time by that person.
That's awesome, man. Just pulling vinyl in general, dude. What a craft that is, right? I watched some videos on that, and bro, there was way more involved in that than shame on me for thinking that was some sort of easy process. It is not. There is an art to that, man. And that's what I'm talking about, dude. I was watching it kind of from beginning to end. It's wild. It's a wild process. It makes sense why not a lot of people do that, you know? Yeah, sick, man. Very cool.
I think what's impressive is that he's done all this himself. Like, no, there's very few people who just take on this endeavor, and yet here's this young buck just being like, okay, even like when we consider a Marafubi, and right now, who is it? Fucking oh goodness, Mile High Safubi is like, they were like the only person doing a Marafubi for the longest time.
Yeah, right.
It's lovely. It's so lovely, man.
Sick, man.
Hey, also,
the only show that... No, you're good. Go ahead. Nope, all you.
I was going to mention the exact same show as you, the Lab Monkey #9 one, the F is for Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are so many artists on that. Guys, you're going to have to follow that hashtag for that. The artists I'm seeing drop this F is for Frankenstein in some different variation, showing that they're going to be a part of this October 13th show. It's insane. There are so many people that are looking to be a part of this, man.
50 plus. 50 plus artists. Now the poster for this is coming out on Monday. And so Monday you'll be able to see exactly who's in there. But I mean, you can see the people that are making comments right there. Most of those people are in there. Look at those first three: Angry Beast, Underworld, Tone, Twisted Tiger, Lab Monkey #9. I mean, bang, 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 bang. That's 4 right there. And the other ones are going to be probably just as good, man. That's going to be a great show. 50 plus artists. Here's something that's very, very cool, just to show you how how awesome these guys are. Lab Monkey 9, Toxic Fumes, Angry Beast. They
I'm
said, look,
sorry, man. I geek out because what 3 Canadian homies. What are we talking
yeah,
about right now? I love it, dude.
so dang cool, man. Reached out and said, look, our show is coming on at 4 o'clock West Coast time. It's not going to interfere with your show. And even if it did, I mean, it's like, please, you guys have the floor. Go ahead. I mean, if we have to like not do ours or delay it or whatever.
Probably we'll just nap for a half hour.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if it was going on at the same time, I'd get on here and I'd tell people like, hey, you need to go over to that show, turn us off and go that way. But what he said was, he didn't want to interfere with our show, and they were going to do their show, and then they were going to do kind of an after show. And I said, well, shit, man, why don't we just return the favor and kind of do it like we did with the Scraps 4 show and just make our show kind of a continuation of the after party of the Frankenstein show. I mean, shit, dude, let's pull up 50 artists, 50 plus artists. Let's look at their pieces. Let's look at what's going on, and let's just roll it like that. And we'll just kind of take off where they end, and it'll be great, dude. I'm super looking forward to that. That show is going to be, 50 plus artists, dude. I can't name another show this year that I've seen that many artists. You know what I mean?
And I'll admit, man, it's comical to me because, how to put this, like, I think that they're all powerhouses. I really, really do. And the pieces they make are fantastic. When I think of like the imprint they've made on the toy scene in the short while that I've been a part of it, even, I'm like, hot damn, those guys are like all stars. It's wild to me that for some reason, considering Americans make up almost 80% of the toy market, that these 3 toy dudes are making some really lovely opportunities available for people.
Yeah.
It's so dope to me, man. I don't know why. I just really like the fact that here's Beat of the Day Jay talking about some kids from my neighborhood for some reason.
They're great, man. I love everything they do. I have a nice box from Toxic Fumes tonight, which I can't wait to get into.
He's a treat, man.
We all know his pieces are just, I mean, they're going to go down as epic pieces in this community. Angry Beast. I mean, check out some of his stuff if you haven't already. That stuff, it's all incredible. But I mean, the whole point of that, dude, was like, who goes out of their way to like reach out to somebody and say, hey, man, we just wanted to let you know we didn't want to interfere with your show, especially for guys that are on that level to reach out to me. And I mean, you're much deeper in this than I am, but it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me, man, that they're that willing to say, hey, man, this is kind of what's going on. And like I said, more than happy to return the favor and push that show as much as we possibly can, man. October 13th, next Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific, Lab Monkey number 9. I'm sure within the next week, you'll start seeing lots and lots of posts. Watch for the poster on Monday.
Real quick, too, before we pull in the boys there, I just wanted to touch on a couple of drops we missed. I've got Dead Bird Toys. Seems like almost every week we end up touching on them. They've got a drop coming up this weekend, full lineup for tomorrow's drop. So I guess that's actually going to be for tomorrow. So all these guys here are going to be popping up. A whole bunch of other posts showing some stuff that's going to be going up into the Friday store. As most of you know, if you can set an alarm, set those notifications on. Dead Bird flies, it seems. So I'll pop those. And what else we got here? Boon Goon. Came across these yesterday. They're going to be working on a drop as well. So a whole bunch of different little glow-in-the-dark guys I ended up seeing that I wanted to make sure we get out there. I'll copy and paste that. Boom, boom, boom. I feel like there's a lot of glow these days. I feel like everybody knows. They're like, yeah, everybody wants glow.
It's a seller, man, for sure. I mean, we talk about it almost every week.
I wanted to go over Zimico too, because they're putting out some massive pieces lately. Look at the size of these.
Yep. So Skilled One, word up to Skilled One. He sent me a picture of the elephant one earlier, and I had not seen that yet. And I'm like, whoa, bro, what is that? And you know, I'm sure it's solid, just from having some of his pieces.
Holy cow. I have no idea if they're gonna be solid. Like, they're huge, man.
You know what, man? I have a a Holy 8 from them, which is large. I mean, it's.
I know the one. You scored
Yeah,
such a nice one.
Yeah, it's huge, and it. You hear that? It's not solid. It's
Right.
hollow, and the bottom is kind of like a honeycomb type look.
Yeah, we geeked out on
look.
that the one day because it looks like it's almost done with a drywall acrylic tape.
Right. That's exactly what it looks like. But I don't know what that is. It's hollow, and so maybe those other ones are the same way. Anyways, they're rad. They do so much cool stuff, man. That if you want to go to a store that you can look at for hours, hop into that place.
So much work. Yeah, you seen these astroplastic guys?
Sick.
These spooky specials.
Yes. Those are great.
The
Kentucky,
fuck, man. Kentucky, something in the water in Kentucky.
You got that right.
Otherwise, I think that's all I've got tonight, man. I'll paste that over in the YouTube chatter. I thought that was fucking nuts. Fletch, I do believe he 3D prints most of his pieces, especially when you look at things like the 1001 headed ape. It would only make sense if he's copying and pasting over the head. And
Oh, dude.
them.
I didn't mean to interrupt. Zymot is in the room. What is up? So those great big ones are hollow. The new elephants are solid. So those are solid, man. That's a lot of material in there, which is rad, dude. I love those pieces. ETC, guys like that who just make these big chunky pieces, man. I love those. Anyways, check those out.
Oh man, you're a man of mystery. I didn't know that you were even in the YouTube tonight, but yeah, you are a very mysterious individual. You make so much shit in so many various mediums, from the chalkware to the fucking jigglers to mini jigglers to fucking, I don't know, small man-sized leg to fucking full resin pieces. Like, holy shit, dude! You're
the amount of the amount of inventory is just nuts. Northwest AC is in the house a couple weeks in a row. What's up? Zymot, check him out. F is for Frankenstein. Check that show out next Thursday. Watch that show. Go hang out with them for their after party, and then come over to our after party and hang out with us, where we will talk about what they just showed you. That'll be fun, dude. I'm looking forward to that. So where we at, bro? Like, you want to open some stuff? You want to bring in Vomit and Mario?
Bring in the gang. Let's bring the gang in. Let's bring the boys in. I want to see some.
Let's bring them in. Let's bring them in.
Holy. Oh, Jesus, fuck. Why tonight?
Bro, did we not get the memo? I have a feeling we did not get the memo on a couple things. That's great. I love it.
Terrible tonight.
Bro, did we not get the memo? I have a feeling we did not get the memo.
Was there a memo about something?
On a couple things.
Did we?
I don't know, but
are we missing out on something? What happened? What?
Bro, did we not get the memo? Oh man, that's funny. How's
everybody doing tonight?
What's up, boys?
Oh, gentlemen, how are you?
Very good.
You guys,
man.
Are you guys okay?
Damn it.
Are you guys okay? You look like something is going on.
I was so weird that when I saw Death and Strawberries, I was not expecting the two of you friggers. Holy crap, man.
But then Al comes on. How are you supposed to keep a straight face?
Hiding that under the boba helmet.
I'm
like, come on.
What are you guys laughing at? I don't get
nothing, man. I'm looking at James Edwards' almost younger brother over here with the stash, dude. That is so
He's
damn.
looking sharp. He has been growing that for a long time. You know, checking on it, making sure it looks good. Yeah,
Right, right,
star material.
Took me a
man.
while to get it to braid up like that. So, you know.
Solid, man.
A little early for Halloween, gentlemen. My goodness. Holy fuck.
Hey, are any of you guys in the F is for Frank show? Are either one of you in that?
No, I'm not.
Okay. No, okay. There's so many. I just don't know. I've seen people just who are commenting on it and assuming they're going to be in there or not. But I mean, with 50 plus, it's just like, God dang, dude. That's a lot of people. Anyways, that'll be cool.
Also, you know, I think it's really cool to see that because most of us have been talking about for a long while. How do you throw a show where you don't have to ship anything around, right?
Right.
They've nailed it. They've nailed it. There's the answer. Oh, how are you guys doing, man? I can't. What an entrance. There we go. Fuck.
Doing all right. Like Aaron was saying there, vomiting droids. It's, you know, since my last appearance, it's taken me, you know, a couple days to put all this together to grow all this out. But I'm doing all right.
Did you?
That's pretty good.
Is that hair club for men on your face? Is that what you use to expedite the growth?
Yeah, it's the stuff that they sell at Walgreens now that shows up on all my Instagram ads. Pacinos.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works out real well. You look real handsome, dude.
Thank you. Like I said, it took me a while to get the braids going down here, but now that they're in and beat it up, oh yeah, I'm ready.
Hey, we got to put that on a loop. You look real handsome, dude. Shit. All right. Vom, you got something from Barrio Boba or vice versa? I can't remember.
Something from him. Yeah, I got something.
Let's do it.
I got a question. Does everybody pre-open the boxes but then not look, or are all of you cheating and looking? Because I
think 90% of us do not look because we understand that like you can't fake it. It's like seeing the gift before Christmas. You can't really fake it.
All right. So I cut, but I did not look. I'm excited.
Nice.
Cool, man. I hope it lives up to your expectations.
Magic from Barrio, man. This
nice,
beautiful piece right here. Okay. No.
That's where she went.
Oh, there's magic in here. Oh yes. Oh, look at that little.
Nice. Those are so cool.
You know, why can't we make these out of like Jolly Rancher stuff and we could just eat them? Can somebody get on that? Ooh.
Yeah, those two colors, man. When you hit them with the UV, they melt your eyeballs off.
Yeah. I got my thing here somewhere, but I'm just really excited for this.
Digging.
This is your piece that you did with the Kerfloss, right?
Yes.
And I pulled him down, so he's right here looking at it with me.
Nice.
I don't want to open it, but I have to.
Yeah, it was one of the two different colorways. I think Brian has the green one. And I think you specifically asked for the purple. Yeah.
You, dude, it's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that purple. It actually shows up kind of nice on my camera too. We'll put it in front of the beard so you can really see it.
That's what it is. It's the beard. Nice. Sick.
And the tattoo.
So good.
Yeah.
Put clean on that gold too.
Yeah, I did the gold and the silver there on the sides of the helmet. Yeah, and I try to make sure that they all, you know, the gold connected with the gold and the silver. Yeah.
And the proportions are so good. Like it fits on him perfectly.
Dude, and just the concept of that piece with the mule head and then the Barrio Boba body, dude, that is, you know, because it's obviously different than all the other ones, dude, but it is so Barrio Boba, dude. That is so, I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks.
I mean, all the like those Kerfloss kind of the ones he sent out to people were like, was he sending the molds? I never really asked him. Was he sending molds out or people? I don't know.
I have no idea. Yeah.
I think he sent molds to a good chunk of people.
Okay, and they all look good, but I was most excited about this just because it wasn't the body. Like it was like taking the head and doing something totally different. And everyone did their own style, right? Like Hella Radical did his version, and Ghoul of whatever did his version. And this one is just, this was my like, when I saw you drop these, I was like, holy shit, I need this. I need this. Because that Kerfloss piece, like that means a lot to me. Just watching the evolution of that, and so having this kind of addition to that is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I like I said, when he reached out to me and said, "Hey, if I send you some torsos, can you do your thing with it?" I was like, "Wow, yeah, absolutely, man." So I was kind of blown away that he would ask, and I kind of threw that together. Like I said, I had, trying to fit that size head or helmet on a homie is kind of hard. So I was looking around, and I remembered I had bought that actual figure at a local store, and when I put the helmet on, I was like, "Oh, it's perfect," and that's how I ran with it. And
the tattoos
look like a.
I love the tattoos on it too. I mean, they came out. You're not going to get those close up. I'll throw up something, but the tattoos look so good on his arms too.
Yeah, and if you notice, one of them on one side it says Barrio Boba, and then the other side it says Kerfloss.
Oh my God, that's such a beautiful.
Oh, I didn't even notice that, dude.
Yeah.
I hate.
Hey,
beautiful.
Al, are any of those left?
I have one more cast, and it's just ready for paint.
Fletcher, hit them up.
Yeah, and I can do. I specifically chose the green and the purple for those because they're metallic, so they've got some, they've got some of that glitter in there, so that when the light hits it, it really sparkles and stuff. So I can do that. And I also did a one-off. I did one in a turquoise kind of color, and that one's got some metallic tones in it too, so it's pretty cool.
Sick, man.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, dude. Thank you for making this. Thank you for making what you make. It's beautiful.
Thanks. I really appreciate it, man. They're a lot of fun to do. I really try, to make the stripes on the shirt look like it was cloth, right? So it's not just a straight line. It's got a little wave to it like a shirt would, somebody's wearing it. So yeah.
Oh, there you go. And Fletcher just claimed that last one. So you guys will be talking, it sounds like. Cool. Perfect.
I like
those
the
are sick,
world.
dude.
I like the world.
Yeah, I saw was it Pocket Toy Co. who posted something in his story saying it looks like he got a package from Barrio Boba as well.
Yeah, so he's also a big time Boba Fett collector, and he's down in Brazil, and they don't get a lot of the toys when they release here in the US. So he reached out to me and asked me to pick up that vintage collection deluxe Boba Fett. So I got some for him, and then he bought the Keshi, the Vader, the Dark Vapor Keshi. Yeah, so I sent that. And a few other things in there. Yeah, and those look at that, man.
Yeah,
that looks so cool,
dude. The detail and the clarity on that one is nuts, dude.
Yeah. And there's the little. There's a few other little things I threw in there, but yeah, man, that came out really good. Just some extras I threw in there for him.
Mario, was that an alert? Do you need to go to the basement and hide under a desk?
That's a child abduction alert.
Oh, all right. That's not good, but I'm glad it's not. You weren't abducted.
Yeah, no, it's all right.
That was a very quick, instant response. Child abduction alert.
Yeah, I took a quick look at it. We're good.
Random short story, just because it involves Boba. I go to the library a lot, and there was a kid in the desk wearing a Star Wars shirt, and we just started talking about toys, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I collect a bunch of Kenner originals," and was showing me his stuff, and I was like, "Oh, well, I make some stuff, and I'll bring some stuff for you." So I took him some stuff. I took him the you sent me just one of your extra kind of broken C3PO homies. And so I took it over to him like, yes, I'm going to introduce this guy to some bootleg toys. Hopefully he's going to connect with some makers. And I show up and I'm like, hey, I brought you some stuff. And he's like, oh, is this stuff like Healy and Killer Bootlegs? And just starts dropping a list of bootleg names. And I'm like, oh,
wow.
Yeah, you're already there. Take this stuff. Enjoy it. There are good people on here. Give them a follow. I'm not teaching you anything. Super nice guy. Hopefully he followed you and you got a new follower out of it. But
cool.
Some other stuff for me. So
thanks. Yeah, I just got in some other UV dye. Let me show you if I can bring it. So it's a green UV dye. So you know that yellow that we just saw right now with Pocket Soico and the two colors that you have. There's now this kind of like a greenish kind of dye, and they look cool right now, but it really doesn't glow under UV, no matter how much or how little I put on there. But in person, oh man, they look like candy, dude. It looks like you would just, walk by a bowl and see these in there and just kind of, just go. Yeah.
Man. I was walking out of work the other day, and one of the young guys I work with, I just pulled a toy out of my pocket and rubbed it across his lips all gently, and he was like, "Man, I honestly almost ate that because I thought it was like a piece of candy at first. I don't know why I was just rubbing a piece of toy against this dude's lips, anyways. But clearly, non-toy people also think these look a lot like candy.
I mean, that's a Jolly Rancher right there. That is a freaking
There you go.
beautiful piece of candy that I want to eat.
Nice.
Sometimes I'm even impressed, like I'm blown away by how hard it is. Some of them look so like gummy that you expect it to almost be like gummy.
Yeah.
That was something I was talking about, I think with Titty, about the Healy wrestlers always look so soft and lush in the pictures. And when he got it, he mentioned he was so surprised because it was so hard and not soft at all. But I mean, every time I see a picture of those, I think about that. Like, it looks so soft, and absolutely not.
I picture rubber. I always picture the big chunky rubber ones that would have been beaten around in bins back in the day.
Yeah.
Skilled One says you always hit them with a clear coat with some glow in it. I never thought about that, but that would probably work as well.
Yeah, these so I'm casting all my Keshis because I'm starting to build up some inventory for Assembly Required, and I want to take these down with me. So that's why I'm busting out. I've got all of them sitting in the pressure pot tonight. So tomorrow, pull out a fresh new batch.
Nice.
Are you still using a 12-hour curing?
Yes.
time?
Yes. Yeah, starting that whole process. Look, the vomiting droids has got the UV light on that.
Yeah, that's looking hard, man. I can tell already.
Yeah, look at that. Oh man, that red.
Yeah.
The red and the yellow. Yeah, they go really cool.
Yeah, those are nice. Dark Vapor, dude. What a great name, too.
Cool, man. Well, I hope all those goodies kind of get you kickstarted again. I sent you that little bag of heads, so hopefully that'll get your creative juices going.
I'm ready, dude. Look, this guy's ready. He's got his little fists up. And these guys got cut this week, so we're inching closer to having a small run. We'll get there.
Sweet. Glad to hear it.
Nice. Baseball season's over, man. We got nothing more to worry about. We set that aside and come back next year. Now you got plenty of time.
B, you like the A's and I like the Cubs. Are we really worrying about anything during the regular season?
That's at point. Absolutely. I was one of like 15 people there the other night, dude. It was somewhat embarrassing, but it is. Barrio Boba, you have something to open, correct?
I do. I've got a couple international packages to open up.
Oh, nice. What
Lay them on us,
man.
I've got a box from the UK here from Delicious Again, Peter.
Oh. You know what's funny is, absolutely, dude. I mean, he does some sick stuff. Oh, dude, those stickers are great. I have a shirt like that. Every time I say his name around my house, I have to say it. Delicious Again, Peter. And I don't know why.
I'm gonna have to do that from now on. So let's look. Wow, when he first posted this up, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be perfect, and it's gonna fit in." Yeah, it's gonna fit in with my new batch of larger Vatos coming out soon. But oh, dude, this thing is gorgeous. It's that Leia.
Oh,
that is sick.
Yeah,
Yes.
look at that.
That is sick. Dude, that fits you so good, dude. Dude, that screams Barrio Boba.
Yeah, and she's a tad bigger than I admit originally saw. I mean, it's gorgeous. Love the big dangly earrings. Love the pose.
The
That
mule,
card back.
your mule right beside that would look really good, actually, man.
Yeah, she's strapped in with a little zip tie, so I'll clean that up and I'll take some pictures. But dude, it is phenomenal.
Wow.
That's a great looking piece, man. Look at that.
I love that. The
Yeah.
Wow.
header card too, the graffiti on it with their name and the logo in the corner up there.
Yeah. It's a gorgeous
man.
piece.
Very
I'll make
cool.
sure and I'll set her up with the rest of the Vatos here.
Yeah, sweet.
Sweet. From Delicious
like she
Again
belongs.
Pizza.
Yeah, there you go, man. Dude, that guy bangers all day from that guy. Like, I
Yeah,
don't think
he's-
I've seen anything where I'm like, oh, I wouldn't buy that. Everything I'm like, oh, dude, when's that coming out?
Yeah, he's doing his version too of the Bounty Hunters, but like Beastie Boys, and he was doing Bosk the other day. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sick.
He's one of the most like not on our level dudes in the scene. Like,
Yeah.
you go to his account, you see the follower size, and you're like, no, like you're on a level of like hip hop toys. Like, you make like toys that everyone must grab. Like, they're always sold out. They're always so clean. Like, they look like professional quality toys. Like,
Absolutely. It's a great piece. It's gonna look awesome set up with those other guys here. And I'll make sure and you'll see that up on a post for sure.
Nice.
what else
And the
you got
next
over
box
there?
I have is from Mexico. This is from Karma de Perro.
Oh, nice. Very cool, man. Love his stuff. That guy's got the goods, man. You know what's crazy is I don't know if anybody's ever noticed on his account, but every time he posts something, he says DM just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case what? Just in case I want one?
So
Then
here are just the
That
legs.
one?
Oh,
Crap.
Wow.
oh boy.
You have to take the legs off this thing, but you know, when you think, at least when I think bootlegs, this is what I'm talking about, right? Stuff that's unofficially made, unofficially sanctioned, sold in like local markets, and just crazy, stupid. It smells like rubber.
I bet.
Yeah. I mean, look at that.
That's
It's
awesome.
a combination of Boba Fett and the Mandalorian. He's got the little strap going on down. He's got the blaster too, Stormtrooper blaster. But
You
that's all
hold that
right.
up
It's a
right
bootleg,
next to
right?
your head.
Just the pieces
that
they
right
had.
next to your head.
What's that?
You put it right next to your head. I want to see how it like the size. Yeah, look at that.
It's huge.
Best friends forever, right there.
Yeah. Look at that thing. And of course, once I put the legs on this sucker, it's going to be huge.
Wow.
How do the legs go on? Do they just do they snap in? What do you do?
Yeah,
love
it looks like they just snap or they twist kind of in. They've got a little bit of looks like a little bit of a screw. So you probably just kind of twist them in and they just pop right in.
Is it blow plastic? You mentioned it
Yeah.
smells like rubber. Okay,
Yeah.
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 Hilarious.
Heck yeah.
Wow.
Good paint app though, clean.
It is pretty
Yeah.
cool. And some of it looks like it's been like with a marker, it almost looks like he's got on the waist belt here, like almost looks like a kilt almost. Was it like a tartan pattern? Yeah.
Mhm.
But that, yeah, man, that's pretty sweet.
Wow, that is cool.
Yeah, and he's always posting stuff up, man. If you guys see anything, if you want crazy, like really bootleg stuff, he's got tons of stuff on his page like daily.
Who is this?
Dude, I'm digging those Halloween masks
Yeah,
up recently.
it's Karma de Perro, KarmaDePerro.
Actually just dropped the link to their page as well in the YouTube chat. They have so much cool shit. And I'll even jump up to their page real fast. I think B to the J has grabbed a couple of jumbo He-Men from them as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
Got those,
Yoko.
and then-
Yeah, there he is. Yeah, Yoko's picked up quite a few things from him too.
Yeah.
From what I understand, it's relatively good like prices. Stupid hilarious bootlegs. Like, what is this?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. See, that's when you look at that.
Skeleton mask.
He looks like the old guy from Corpse Bride, that Skeletor.
Yeah.
I saw this the other day. I thought it was dope as hell. It reminded me of
Yeah.
Goblin Bob.
Right. Good one. That was a great giveaway that we did that time.
Yeah, there's some great
Turn
stuff.
around, I'll pat your back. Sorry.
But cool. Yeah, that's what I got. Again, that awesome layout from Delicious Again Pizza. And crazy cool Boba Fett. We'll call him I don't know. That's just awesome. Love it.
Very cool.
Does the jetpack come off? It looks like it turned in there.
It does turn, but it doesn't come off.
Don't force it.
No, I'm not gonna.
Heck yeah. Now also I know you guys have like a Keshi inside of one of the Boba Fett's, but I feel as though there was a little conversation happening there a moment ago between you two. Is there a different collab maybe happening that we don't know about?
No, same one. There's gonna be 2 greens and 2 reds, unless we both keep one, and then there's 2. Who knows how this will fall out? But I'm sure it won't be the last ones we do. I think it's one of my favorite pieces that I like at the end result, just looking at it, like I really love this thing. And for you UV guys, like when you shine the UV, because I'm using UV resistant pigment on the pieces I'm using, so the glow just like shines on the sides of the inside of the Fett, and it just gets this nice like shimmer. Oh yeah, it's really Crumbs. You okay, man? We can walk it back a little bit.
I dig that, like, whether it was intentionally planned originally or not, that combination is genius, you know?
Yeah, there it is. Look at that thing. Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah,
That came out so
I
good.
feel bad that I've been on this for so long. I really need to finish these so Barrio can get it in his hands and hold it. But yeah, I mean, they're just, it's just like his pieces work so perfectly with this. It's ridiculous.
And so I've got the molds out, man. I'll make a couple more with some glow in the dark pigments, and I'll make a few more with that red and yellow, because those are the ones that really pop, and I'll send them your way.
And for those who've been following the ongoing sagas, is Vomit going to get a pressure pot or not? This is actually the piece that's going to make me get a pressure pot. Yeah, because I didn't I love them. But when I mold the Fets, they got, because they're molded sideways, so they caught air bubbles on the sides, so they're a little pockmarked on the edge. And it's not like I don't find it offensive, because whatever. But and on the front you can't really tell. But I was like, oh shit, this is like the one place where I finally see like where a pressure pot fits in with my work. So yeah, I feel like after we do these, I'm gonna get a pressure pot, redo those, and then yeah, we'll be pumping some more out.
What sucks with the way that you make is like my brain naturally wanted to ask if you had tried maybe like putting it on any kind of an angle in any way, but you can't really, because then you'll lose the symmetry that you've created.
It'll just come off the end. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've never had problems like this with bubbles in the mold before, but this one, just because it's such a long flat piece that especially like the side of Fett is almost kind of flat where the body meets the jetpack. And so it catches a lot of bubbles. It just sat there. So yeah, it does.
It also has wrinkles at the knees, right? So like those would become like little caverns, perfect for fucking bubbles.
Yeah. So I mean, it looks fine, but it's like, oh, this is making the molds is 100% a place where I can use the pressure pot and use it. So no, I mean, there'll be other places too, but this is the piece that finally broke me.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, man, I'll get those made and I'll send them your way.
I love it. I love the collabs that are coming out after like this year. 2023 is gonna have some insane shit, if not the end half of 2022. Zimico is saying you can blast those bubbles with heat quick. Gets rid of the ones on the top. Oh, yeah, you know what? What's their name now? Unfortunately, I can't think of it. Xenodemon Toys used to do the same thing. But they were able to do it at the top part of the mold. The only other thing I could think of too is if you did like, I know somebody like WOOOOO, like they'll actually do layers. Hobo Toys does it as well. I guess you could do that, but your process is already so like
Intensive.
yeah.
I don't need to make more work. I want to make less work for me. So
Yeah.
I think just adding the pressure pot, throwing it in there will be fine. And I mean, it'll be good. Like I'm still, using the translucent resin when I'm doing full figures with that. It'll work with that. But there's still plenty of space for me to fuck around without it. So yeah, I mean, shit that I can't do. Like I can't do this guy in the middle, the pressure pot. So
Yeah.
Anything else you guys wanted to discuss? Pop open, rubbing our faces before we let you go on with your evening?
I'm going to tease you all. I do have a Halloween drop for the end of the month. It's going to be the first time that I've ever done a figure where I'm hoping there's 4 to 5, and they're actually all going to be pretty similar. This is the first time where I'm going to have like every piece be almost the same. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm not showing you anything yet because I'm an asshole and I'm going to tease you about it, but I'm very excited about it. So
That's what you're hiding behind the beard.
Is that the tease?
There it is, right there. Just the tip.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm sorry. You said Halloween drop on Halloween or before Halloween?
I'm hoping it'll. I mean, I just have to finish making them, so I'm hoping it'll be before Halloween. I want it to be in October, so it'll,
Yeah.
fucking like anything happens on time when I say it's going to happen on time. So expect it at Christmas, but we'll shoot for October.
Cool.
Nice.
Well, heck yeah, I look forward to that, man.
And I've got I just made a post the other day about the Island of Miscast Toys 2022. So any makers out there with any miscast parts, and you can make some toys out of it, and you'll make a toy, and then eventually I'll host like a gift exchange, and we'll exchange names, and you ship out your miscast toy to another maker, and then we'll have a good old time. The registration is open the entire month of October because at the end of October, I want to shut it down to make sure that if there are any international participants, that to make sure everybody ships within time so that they can get their packages and their packages can get here. So, and I've got, I just pulled molds for wave 6 of the Space Bot. Those should be coming out pretty soon. Yeah, nice. I've got the molds out. I'm letting them cure another day before I actually do the first pull. So those are coming out, and I got a ton of stuff. I got a list of stuff that I'm working on, but hopefully, just subscribe to the page or follow the page, and I'll be posting updates soon.
Nice.
I dig it. All right, I'm gonna give you both the remote. I super appreciate you guys coming in and showing us what you got in your boxes today, man, and being so patient with the napping through the beginning there. Thank you.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, both you guys, for sure. Thank you.
Shout out Death and Strawberries, the beard and hair, and all right, have a good night, guys. Boom. Fuck you, vomit. Boom. Oh, he beat me. He removed him before I could get him.
He removed you.
He knew. Yeah, he removed me.
He removed you.
Fuck.
upset the setup is what we call that one.
Oh man. Okay, so I have to just give for a quick second. I'll stop talking about the nap as soon as I'm done this. You have to realize how confused I was to wake up, and of course, I never get anybody knocking at my door. I was kind of like, nobody would know I'm late. Why would my landlords know that I'm late for this, right? To then open up like a live, I see Death and Strawberries for some reason has a beard and hair on. I'm thinking like my first brain honestly went to, oh yeah, COVID. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's not
COVID.
How you protect
makes me want to put on a fake beard.
Gotta mask yourself. But then when they came in, and then of course I was gonna say, I was like, holy shit, if it turns out that Burial Boba has a beard on, I'm gonna lose my mind. And then I see the Burial Boba helmet. I'm like, oh, Jesus, fuck. Pulls it off. Sure enough. It's like I never woke up. I'm still asleep, obviously. I'm living in some kind of weird fucking dreamland world.
Oh, man. both those dudes, super fun to talk to, man. Two of my favorites, Vomiting Droids and Mario Boba, dude. Woo! Cool stuff coming up from there. They're collabing on something that's gonna be insane.
We talked about it last week about how it's kind of like you're that little kindergarten kid who's like, that's my best friend, that's my best friend, that's my best friend. That's kind of how it feels when we do these, man. There isn't a person that pops in that I couldn't be like, oh, they're one of my favorite makers, you know, or even just people. I get in the bad habit of saying makers, but whether they were making anything anymore or not, it'd still be some of my favorite fucking folks in the scene, dude.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to mention, dude, is I asked them if they were going to be in the F is for Frank show coming up, and neither one of them are going to be in it, which is cool. I know not everybody can be in the show. There's so many artists. You can't have a show with several hundred artists in it. But it just kind of brings me to something that I've been thinking about for a long time, dude. And I think I even mentioned it to you a while ago, probably next year, man. But why can't Toyz Alive have a show? You know what I mean? We talked about that and kind of just being, 100% profit to the artist, which is what Lab 9 does, by the way, in their shows. 100% profits go to the artist, no cut, anything like that. So, which is,
I think we've always discussed that, and I'm sorry that I don't want to offend anybody in the scene when I say this. You do you, but that's something BJ and I've always said. That's something that's super important to us. It's something that we both noticed from day one that we wanted from any show. That if we were to ever do one, it's something we've always discussed. We're not doing this to try and reap any kind of fucking value other than what you guys bring. You guys bring the value. I don't know how to explain that enough. Like the value that we get is doing these on Thursdays with you guys, and you guys tuning in and hanging out with us, not anything more.
Well, and that's it, man. There is no monetary value in it. And the goal is not to have monetary value in it. So it's kind of a,
unless it's you guys, we'd love to see you guys again. Yeah.
Right. Pushing other people's product to get it out there. But as far as you and I go, there's no monetary benefit to it. But you know what, dude? And that's perfectly fine, because that's not why we started this. We started this to get people out there and to get people to look at what's going on. Because let's be real, bro, there is some amazing shit from everybody. And I think, we have an opportunity to kind of showcase that for people. But I think a show eventually, dude, I mean, why not? Why not do a show, man? Look, dude, if you took everybody that was in this room and put them in a show, that would be a fantastic show. That would be a great show, dude. I'm looking at the comments right now. You put all those people in a show, banger, right there. I'm watching that show. I'm buying something from that show. But anyways, man, that's a bridge we'll cross hopefully sooner than later. That'll be fun though, man. Look at that.
And I'll be honest too, one of the biggest things when you even are trying to plan the show is sometimes even just noticing what other shows are going around at what time. If you really sat down, took a calendar, and you booked out or penciled out all the different shows that are going down, like on different weekends, different days between drops and shows, hot damn, dude, it'd be difficult to find a week or a weekend where you weren't stepping on somebody's toes.
Yeah. Agreed, man. It's, there's a lot going on. And I just think it's important, dude, that all the artists get a chance to do those. And, and I don't know how those shows work, man. I don't know if it's like open door. Hey, contact me if you want to be in something. I don't know if it's only or.
I'm glad you brought that up. From my understanding, honestly, guys, like I can't stress this enough because I've seen both sides of the fence. I have honestly had artists say like, dang, I'm really bummed. I saw so-and-so and so-and-so were invited on this show, but I wasn't asked and I'm kind of annoyed or kind of bummed. And it's like, reach out. Did you ask? No? Dang, reach out. Because on the other side of it, I've actually had people before be like, dude, I don't get it. I like organized this a big event. I tried to include like a couple people I knew off the top of my brain would definitely say yes. So I'd have some people definitely be there. But then like I kept on posting about it. I thought I was bugging people about it. And then like nobody signed up. And so I've definitely heard both sides of it where people are kind of like, I'm not going to do it again. It wasn't really worth it. People didn't end up hitting me up. It didn't really seem like people were interested. Meanwhile, it's just one of those weird cases of like miscommunication, both people being a little too shy. Suddenly, both people miss the opportunity. The person who was going to throw the show decides not to throw another one. The person who wanted to be in the show never asked and didn't get to be in it. So it's like, it's really hard sometimes. I saw a post about it, and it's probably one of the most true things I've ever heard. It's like, you will get nothing out of life by being passive. It was like, yeah, like nobody's gonna think that you're cool or that you're a better artist or that your toys are like next to level if you decide you're too dope to have to reach out and ask anybody if you might be allowed to be a part of their show.
Yeah.
Most of these people would be honored that when they see what type of an artist you are. Most of the time, they're so busy with everything going on, what it takes to plan a show. They've invited the people they did because they knew that those would be guaranteed yeses, and they didn't
Yeah.
want to deal with no. So that's why they
Yeah.
asked those people, and now they're just in plan mode.
Yeah, I agree, man. And you know, when you look at it, and I think, you know, you and I, when it comes to shows and stuff like that, we were on the very same track as Lab 9 and Toxic Fumes as far as kind of what the goal is. And I don't see anybody denying anybody for that chance. I don't see us doing it. I don't see them doing it or anybody doing it. And maybe there are people out there that do it, but I know that if someone said, hey man, I heard you're having a show, can I put a piece in there? Absolutely, you can, 100%. You can put 10 pieces in there if you want. I don't care. We're not making any money off of it. If that's something you want to do and you want to use us as kind of a bullhorn, so to speak, to advertise and get it out there, absolutely. That's what the show was about. So if you have it and you want to try to put it in the show, you know, we could do a theme show or we could open it up and say, hey, do whatever you want.
Everybody's got to make a beat of the J piece.
Both ways. Or a crumbs piece. That would be a good one. Just a bunch of people sleeping.
Oh, Jesus fuck. You imagine how narcissistic that'd be? All right, guys, Toys Alive is throwing a show. It's all gonna be beat of the J's and crumbs. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You know, I saw a maker doing something that I actually have joked about before. And I saw them doing it. It's called like a monster ball. They've got a big ball of clay and they've just been ramming things into the ball of clay. I'm gonna have to find that later and share it.
Nice.
Because I've always thought that'd be hilarious at some point to just take a bunch of the indie toys and just put them into a big giant fucking tub and pour silicone over it.
Yeah.
And just start casting a big ripoff of a bunch of the dude's toys. And fuck.
Northwest Atheist. Man, that's a tricky one to say. I did see that comment by your Super Mario, and I apologize I did not comment on it, but agreed with that was an epic mustache by Barrio Boba, bro. That had Cheech Marin, that had James Edwards Olmos, that had Super Mario. That was looking swass, my man. That was very clean.
And then what's the Johnny Depp fucking Pirate of the Caribbean little bang was there?
So good. So good. Street Fight PDX. I hope I got that right. With a couple drops in the thread. Check those out. Lots of stuff coming out. Swamp Thing meets Sleep Thing. Shed Quarters. You won that one, buddy. That's perfect. Man, so what's next? You want to open some stuff up?
Yeah, show me your package.
Soundbite.
Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Folklorian.
Boxes, bro.
Speaking of Jimmy Folklorian said he already has a beat of the J piece in the works. And here's something that nobody knows. I've never said this publicly before, but if I ever made a figure of somebody, I already have what it is, and it's Jazz Wizard. And if I make it, when I do make it, it's going to be pretty funny. It's actually going to be pretty good. It's based off of. It's just funny. It would be good. Anyways, what I was going to say was Jimmy Folklore and I think we're the only ones in the room the other day when Vomiting Droids was doing a live with one of the double fets, and he was showing how he made that. And I don't know if you've ever seen that before, but like you said, there's no pressure pot involved. The man stands there with the resin and then has to move it around so it doesn't drip and get gloopy in one spot, of course. But I mean, you're talking about you're standing watching resin cure.
So he is the only other person because when I used to do the bots, and I still have to do them, we'll shut up. I'll talk about that another day. But they're the same concept. They're basically turning like a rotisserie chicken, and you have to be careful because if you turn it too much, it starts to run and drip. He's the only other person I know who is such a fucking masochist that does that. Obviously, he's a fucking whack job.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you mentioned that Fett. We're creeps. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up here. I don't think Instagram's gonna let me. But yeah, you ended up screenshotting that live. You sent it to me, being like, "Yo, Vomit was on a live. Check out this fucking."
Bro, it was like the ones that he did with the guts inside. And if you saw that, you kind of saw how he manipulated that a little bit. And like you said, dude, you know, you're sitting there and you're watching it cure. And so it finally gets to the point to where it's almost hard, but you can still move it around a little bit. Like, you know, that is oh my God, look at that, dude. Are you kidding me right now? That's resin in there. That's wild, dude. Dude, the comments in here are so good, dude. We have a whole show where everyone makes their own interpretation of Jazz Whiz. Yes, I'd be down for that. Shed wants to call it a maker makes a maker show. I'm actually gonna
Call it Meet Your Maker.
meet your maker.
Oh.
Oh. You guys are seeing this develop like in real time. Meet your maker. A maker makes a maker.
See, and this is why I joked earlier.
Overuse the word maker like ridiculously, right? Meet your maker. Maker makes a maker.
I was gonna even say, do we make it? You have to get it all be meat marbles. They all have to be red, white marbles. Meet your maker, and it's gotta be MEAT.
That's great, dude. All right, I'm making notes.
Oh, we're fucking idiots.
All right, well, that's something to work on in the future. That's cool.
Well, Jazz Whiz, dog, you would be in this instance, and you're one of the homies, dude. You're what's that called? An honorary maker.
What's funny, dude, is I've had this Jazz Whiz idea for the longest time, dude. There's just some parts that I need to get, which I think are readily available. But the more we talk about that, the more I'm getting excited about Make the Maker. Another good one.
At some point, I'll have to do it. I think 2023 will be the year I maybe actually do it, but I need to make a white knight on top of a drama llama in front of a little gate. It's gonna be a play set. You know, I just have to have it, man. A fucking llama with one of those big drama emblems, the two masks on his chest, pair of sunglasses, maybe. White knight riding on top of it. Maybe a big old clown head on the white knight. And situate that right in front of a gate. And that way it's a white knight on a gatekeeping fucking drama llama.
And there you go, dude. Barrio Boba says, whoever makes me must use the version of me that was on the show today. Now, if we go back to what Northwest...
That won't look racist as all hell.
Yeah, you just cut the head off a Mario figure and you're halfway there. You got that big old stash on there. Dude, that was straight up Tom Selleck. That was nice.
You know what? Barrio Boba... There's a couple dudes like this in the scene, actually. Vomit, FKD Toyz, or Fox Toyz, aka Suki. There's a couple dudes in this scene that you don't expect them to be necessarily as fucking hilarious and or down to play as they are, you know?
Yeah.
It's not that they're rigid or come off as being like Red Formans or anything. Like, you know that they're good vibing dudes. But Barrio Boba is not somebody I expect to come on tonight with that fucking dangled shit. And I sure as hell didn't expect Vomiting Droids to have the fucking beard.
That's great.
His glasses are just naturally that fucking fresh, but the beard caught me off guard. I'm making out with myself right now. That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Shit. Dude.
Jesus, T-Bone, man, that's a mouthful.
That's good though. Hey, bro, we can probably do this all night, man.
All night. Open a box, rip open a package. What do you got over there? Show me something good.
All right, so I'm gonna show you something good, and it's not really a package. I'm just gonna show you the piece because it's from Hurt Toys, and I never, I don't really do.
He lives next to you. Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much. So I just kind of skip on over and like, let me get that. So this is what I'm gonna show you, and then I'm gonna put it in the light, and it's gonna look even better. Let's talk about Hurt Toys real quick. So he did a drop the other day. He did some Beastmen, and then he did some Skull Crushers. From what I understand, the Skull Crushers are all sold. I believe the Beastmen are all sold. That's not to say he won't make more, because he will. He also has a very nice stock of stuff at home that has not been posted yet. I've seen it with my own two eyes. It's there. And that'll be coming out before too long. But more cool stuff from him. Like I said, Skull Crushers, whatever you want. Hit him up. Hit him up. Be patient for a reply. That's what I could say. So here's what I got, and this came from the drop the other day. It's that red and black Skull Crusher, and I'm not doing it justice right now, so I'm going to put this in the light. But that red and black Skull Crusher, how amazing is this going to look next to that red and black rainbow yawn piece? Specifically why I bought this. Let's take a look. See. Yep. Dig that.
Not rotating over.
No, it's not actually. But I think I can do it. Hold on, let me try something. Let me try.
Do it. But you nailed it. It's gonna look so good right beside your Rainbow Yawn one. The moment I saw it, I was like, well, this Rainbow Yawn one's got a boyfriend.
Yep. How's that? Is that okay?
That looks dope as hell, man.
Yeah. And it is. Yeah, man, skilled one, true that, man. The jaw on the Skeletor head, it's too natural. It looks really, really good. But yeah, it's just and the thing I like about that one, man, is there's a lot of original sculpt on there from Hurt, which is really cool. And let's see if I can get this thing to work.
I'm gonna be that guy too, man. That thing hit with a quick little spray of super gloss, in my opinion, would make it really bounce.
Yeah.
And mainly because the Rainbow Yawn one, as was mentioned in the last episode, he sprays like a super gloss in his molds.
Yeah. Right. But it's sick, man. The red and black. I think this is the first red Skull Crusher that he's done. But they're great, man. They always balance really well. Is one thing I like about them, dude. There's
solid cape work. I was just about to say, gorgeous cape work on this one.
Yeah, it is, man. That pattern is really, really sick. So anyways, man, that's the old Skull Crusher for you.
That's the old Skull Crusher for you.
Yeah, right. But I mean, incredible piece, dude. I love it. I love those the Skull Crusher, dude. They here's another one that I'm gonna bring out just real quick. I set it aside tonight just to take a look at. Since we're in the season. This is one I got. This was a Halloween release from him last year. And it's a pumpkin crusher is what he called this one. The orange and black. I'm gonna put this one in the light too. And see so we can take a look at that. Very cool on this one.
Skull Crusher life.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's a beauty. I love that one. He showed that to me before that went out, and that's a killer one right there.
Crushed it.
This is the Pumpkin Crusher. And my lovely daughter just sent me a text and said she likes the spinny thing. So right on for the spinny thing. Thank you, Sweet Pea. Up.
Did it die or are you frozen?
I see you. Oh, there. Are you good? Was I frozen or were you frozen?
Something was frozen. I can hear you
Yeah,
now.
we're good.
That one's dope as
We're good
hell.
now. Okay, right. Okay.
That cape is
Yeah.
doing it wonders as well.
Yeah. It's dope, man. That's like a iridescent cape on there. But yeah, that's a good one. Pumpkin Crusher is what that was last year Halloween release. Is what that was.
I don't know why. I like the arch on that one foot. I'm not a foot guy, I promise you guys. But there's something about the arch on that foot that makes him extra like gargoyle-y.
Yeah, it's got a really good base, like we said.
I'm glad Jasmine
And
brought
there's
up.
some original sculpt on there, man. So I know he worked.
Hurt Toys, unfortunately, is so quiet about that kind of shit, but so much of his work actually has a whole bunch of fucking additional sculpt work on there.
Yeah, it does. It's got a lot on it. I mean, when you really start breaking it down, or if you saw the original one, he still has the original one at home, that you can really see where all the sculpt work came in. And it's cool, dude. I mean, that was kind of like the first thing that he put out, which was cool. I mean, there was a couple other things before that, but then he just put that out. I went over there one day and I saw it. I'm just like, what the hell is that? That was say that again.
Is your first one handy?
Is my what?
Is your
My
first one handy? You
Yeah.
have like the first one.
Well, let's see. You got that one, and that one.
How many do you have?
4.
Okay.
That one right there. This was honestly, this one might have been a birthday gift. Possibly. Let me put this one in the light.
So fucking good.
Turn that on real quick. My camera isn't jumping over with the shortcut tonight. That's why it's kind of funky. So yeah, that was a good one, man. This one, the red eyes on it are super sick. That's one. It's got the chrome on the mace there, which is cool. Vomit, right on, brother. Bam. There's that one, and then the last one that I have is just this too's got this axe on it that's just wicked.
See, that's the one I thought was the first one.
This might, you know what? I don't think this was the first one that I got, but I think it's actually older than the one that I showed you, that I just showed away when he had it. It was one, and then I kind of talked him into letting that one go.
The axe is insane.
Look at that thing. You know what's crazy about this one too, man, is like that axe is solid. That's not a 3D printer or anything like that. And so you would think that the weight would just pull that thing forward, but it balances really, really well. And yeah, that's a cool one, man. Like I said, the UV on that one is way nice. Skull Crushers, go get you one if you don't have one. Super reasonably priced, man. And I'll tell you right now. Oh, here's something else that I need to show you. This came with the all right, Brett, take it easy, man. Connection problems. Yeah, honestly, man, I was having connection problems too. I think I still might be saying that I have a weak connection, so I'm gonna have to try to work on that. But this is also something
everybody.
Skull Crusher.
Damn. But it's gotta be everybody tonight. Earlier, YouTube was telling me that the connection was rough as well. Now it's got excellent connection showing, but earlier it was showing like a little yellow warning. I was trying to just muscle through.
Yeah. These are little post-its that he did, and that matches the Skull Crusher. So check this out, man. The other day I go in there and he's in his workspace and there's these, but there's dozens of them everywhere with thick art on every single one of them, dude. It reminded me of the Barbarian Rage trading cards that came out where people were doing like little pieces, but he's doing these. And I think everybody who ordered something from him recently got at least one of these. I wouldn't be surprised if they got a couple, but and it's not just of the figure that you got, it's just random. He did a bunch of Mad Balls. He did a bunch of zombies. It's just like, you know, and it's just like, you know, it's like he sits down and busts that out in like 15, 20 minutes and just throws it in the box. It's like, that's cool. Another one, stack, dude. Stack of post-its. Just go ahead and filled all of them out. What a guy. What a guy.
I was thinking that even when you first brought him up, man, and somebody in the comments mentioned, but he didn't say it was a claim drop though. And it's like, unfortunately, some of these individuals are so humble that it is like almost at your expense. Their humbleness is at your expense, because if you then aren't willing to see if they are willing to sell it or part with it, you may never know that it's a claim post or that they're available for sale. And that individual is somebody I would say definitely, like, if you don't ask, you won't know. And they're always willing to make you something, from my experience.
Yeah, I agree. Agreed, man. And it's you know what's so stupid is that, like, I've been harping on them, right? Like, hey man, when you do a post, make sure that you put like claim sale or that you're updating the post. And he's like, you know, maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't. Well, of course. And I'm like, oh man, I think they'd sell a lot better if you did that. Well, of course, and he drops this last one and everyone sells out. And he's just like, see, I fucking told you I don't need to do that. So what do I say? I'm like, you're right. I guess you're right.
I'll be honest. I noticed it in the comments. I'm a weirdo, dude. I stalked this shit. I saw that.
But you know,
you story posted it saying it was going to be a claim post. Tycho's Tacos claim post commented it.
Mhm.
I noticed you just went in right in the comments being like claim. And Tycho's Tacos did the same thing. Just jumped right in being like claim. And I saw somebody be like, oh, is this a claim post? Okay, I didn't know that, but claim. So it's like,
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. And that's why, you know, we were kind of talking about how different people do their drops. And I said, if nothing else, is when you make it a claim drop, at least it lets people know what's going on. So that really should cut down on the amount of questions that you get of, hey, is this thing still for sale? If, you know, you number it 1-5 or ABCD, whatever it is, and somebody claims it. I gave Pamro Toys as a great example. I have 6 of these available. You usually see 6 to 8 comments, and that's it, you know?
it's funny you mentioned Pamro. I was looking for shit earlier today, like making sure I fill in like people that have been doing drops, all that shit. I saw about 3 days ago Pamro did a Globo drop, and sure enough, he said I've got 6 available. And somebody, the last comment, claim question mark, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I click on the comments, and you just see basically being like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Several hours later, 6th one is a claim with a question mark. Okay, they're all gone. Cool.
Yeah,
Moving along.
right. Right. Or, you know, what I've seen some people do before is that I say, you know, if there's 6 and there's 6 comments, you may have, you know, comment number 7 and number 8 might say backup number 1, backup number 2, in case one of those guys falls through, which, you know, tends to happen sometimes. So, hey, here's a question. Barrio Bubba, thank you, my friend, for coming in. If you're still there, Al, listen to this question and let me know what you think. If you're doing a claim sale and someone claims something, post goes up, I claim number A. How long do you give that person to pay before you say, all right, I got to get this thing back out there because somebody else wants this thing? I've seen it range from an hour to 24 hours. What do people think is okay? I don't know.
It's funny you mentioned that. Because in my personal opinion, one, everything comes down to communication. I'm gonna put that out there first. Tycho's Tacos made a lovely post about that this past week. All comes down to communication. First
Absolutely.
and
100%.
foremost. And I even saw a comment on a claim drop earlier today where I was like, lol, I've been there. Where you could almost read the anxiety from the person in the comments being like, I'm at work right now. I'm gonna claim it. Please DM me your PayPal information. And I swear to you, I will get you that money in 2 hours at the latest. In my brain, I'm like, yeah, you're at work right now. The fact you even caught the drop is amazing. And you don't want to miss it, but you're not sure if you can go through the rigmarole of like organizing a PayPal right this second. Been there.
Yeah.
At the same time, I've been weirded out when I was a part of a different drop before. And I told the person, because like they kind of showed me, and I was like, those are really neat. You know what? Unfortunately, man, I would never ask anybody to hold something, but I'm not in a position right now. And they were basically kind of like, well, to be honest with you, there's a few homies I trust that basically they owe me for blah, 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 blah. And it's all good. They can hit me up when they send it. In my brain, I'm thinking, that's fucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to be a douche, but it's one of those things where you're kind of sitting there being like, oh, so wait a minute. If it's not even a game anymore of like first come, first serve when we're doing these claim drops, it's a matter of first respond. That sucks. Because if I'm not in I would never call, and this, like, you, everybody do you, reach out to the maker if you need to and communicate. But personally, I don't think I could comment claim on a claim drop knowing I could not pay for the item. The only reason I write claim would be I've got the money to purchase the item.
Agreed. And that's kind of what I thought too, is that I'm assuming that if someone's claiming something, that means they have money to pay for it right now. And I think when it comes to stuff like that, I'm super naive in the fact that saying like, hey, I know he's good for it. Like, I don't know as far as going needing it without it being paid for. I don't think I'd ever do that. It's just, it's touchy, man. And like I said, I probably wouldn't do it. I would not claim anything and then not be able to pay for it right away, because I think that's kind of the point of a claim sale. It's like, you know, here and now. And that's kind of where I got the question from is, you know, Carolina Cool Cat says he'll do a week if he knows you well enough. And then he says he's too trusting. It just depends on when you want to get paid. I mean, maybe it's a thing where you need to get paid and you're going to sell this stuff and you need to get paid within 24 hours. I guess it probably varies from artist to artist. There's no right or wrong, but it's just curious, man. I see it happen all the time. And I know after talking to Hurt that, you know, it does happen to him too. Someone says that I'll claim something, and next thing you know, you don't hear from this person, or they put in it, hey, can you make me a one of these? And then yeah, absolutely. And that's it. It's like, were you just asking the question if I can do that? Yeah, I can do that. Do you want to buy it?
And that's where I think, in my opinion, communication is key. Communication is the most like, because it's going to be a case by case by case by case by case by case by case basis. Communication is going to be the absolute key. The reality is Carolina Cool Cat, that's dope, dude. I've never met you in my life. We've barely chatted. You're a gem, but I would never ask that of you. On the other hand of that, Titty Bean is somebody that I've known for almost 3 years. We have spent like all-nighters shooting the shit. If he for some reason made something and I absolutely loved it and said, I can't grab that right now, I know he'd put it aside, and then it'd be on the back of my mind until I threw out money for it. There's a huge difference. It's case by case basis. And I wouldn't ask Titty to do that. Like, I know Titty would just do, like, he would just do that. the relationship that's been formed there, just like I'm sure the people you're talking about where you're saying a week, there's a relationship that you've formed there. So case by case basis.
Yeah,
oh,
absolutely, man. Yeah, T-Bone, great comment. He started asking deposits to hold on a lot of stuff. A lot of people back out. I agree. He's way chill about it. I've dealt with T-Bone numerous times on several deals. Actually, brother, I need to get back to you because we were kind of right in the middle of the deal. If you still have those two pieces, I definitely still want those. We can talk about that. But he's a guy that's really, you like how I try to lock that up as I'm on my soapbox here. But he's very easy to work with. He's a very understanding guy. And like I said, if you don't burn people, I think you can kind of form that bridge, and we just kind of keep it going on, keep things moving forward, right?
Again, communication. There's actually been a time in my life, it's funny you mentioned Hurt Toys, because I had an emergency situation come up that was just so out of left field, actually, way back in the day when I had done a Hurt Toys order, and it came out of the blue. And then we settled up, we were all good, but it did have a moment where it was an emergency situation of being like, oh shit, something came up. And you don't ghost somebody or anything like that. You just communicate what's going on. That's the best you can do. And then if you're going to communicate it, just follow through with your fucking word too.
Exactly, man. And that's the thing, life happens, shit happens. We kind of have to look outside the box of just regular customer going into some box store and buying. It's not that simple, man. And that's part of the good thing about it is it's not that simple. What store do you walk in and tell somebody, hey man, I really want this, but I gotta wait about a week before I can, are they gonna be like, okay, fine, I'll hold it here at the counter for you. They can tell you to get bent, but some of these people here will do it for you, and they just do it out of the goodness of their heart because they know you're gonna follow through, and then you follow through, and fucking hey, you just sold something, and you feel good about it. So,
well, let's face it, I live in Canada. I'm sure some of the toy dudes have noticed it. If I'm gonna get one piece, I've even talked to other Canadians about it, man. If the shipping's gonna be that like $25-$30, throw in two.
Yeah, sure, man. Fletch says don't disappear and close your shop. Yeah, I wouldn't do that without notice, letting people know what's going on.
And it goes both ways. There are artists as well that I feel that I've probably allowed, with complete calm and no skin off my back, allowed way more time than the average bear. And that's because it comes down to communication and trust. The reality is like there's one particular maker I have in my brain even right now where it's like they owe me a couple pieces, but at the end of the day, like you can't squeeze water from a dry cloth either.
True.
So sometimes you just gotta be patient and chill.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what? Actually, T-Bone, you mentioned that, and I'm not saying that I'm condoning it, because admittedly, like, everybody do your thing. I personally would rather budget appropriately if I'm going to grab some toys. But I mean, hey, if you want to lock in a toy with somebody, why not work out a payment plan? They don't have to ship it until you've made the full payment for the full piece, but like you got to do it in 2-3 payments. Sure as fuck beats like just not buying it. Anyways, we're losing track of time here, man. I feel like we're on a good steam. Pop some boxes.
Yeah, for sure. Jimmy Folklore, thanks for stopping in, man. Street Fight, PDX, everything in life is a case-by-case basis. Some people are good on their word, others aren't. On all accounts there. All right, next. Let's go. I'm just reaching now. Ooh, General Porpoise. General Porpoise, I know what this is, and I better have the UV light ready.
It just dawned on me. I totally missed Death and Strawberries opening up a fucking rainbow yawn this evening. Oh,
you did? That was a good one, man. You'll have to go back and check that out. I would just check my phone. We still have the video on there, so I'll post it. Yeah, it was cool, man. Very cool. Porpoise. Nice. Bam. General Porpoise sticker. What a great piece, dude. This was posted recently, and Yeah, it's a beauty, man. It's that insane UV poor clever girl, is what that is. That one, shit, man, you might even pull that up on his page, and show this because it was super recent. But god dang, that is a beauty right there. If you guys don't have a clever girl, and you want one, reach out to him and get you a clever girl. They're sick.
Is that the Altered State too?
Yeah, this was the first one I believe that he came out with. And then I think he did one for Fletch that was very similar. And that could be backwards. I may be getting that backwards, but he has one that's similar too.
Did Fletch get the pilot? The Altered State of Consciousness pilot?
I think you're right. I think he did. Nice.
No, okay. So 1 week ago, when Fletch was on, he opened up the Clever Girl and Altered State of Consciousness, I thought. And we were all blown away by the fact that it's still available. But I'm looking at the picture of it and I'm looking at your glow, and I think you have the one I'm looking at right now. Because I thought it was the one that missed. This was the one I thought we were all jizzing over when we found out that Skilled One missed it from his cart. But I'm looking at it, and yours is the one with the orange tipped sleeves with the orange blue marbled head and a bit of pink on the underjaw.
Yeah,
like,
yep.
Yeah, yours is this one. Okay.
Yep.
So you did get the first one, it seems.
Yeah. Yeah, you can go ahead and switch over to that, man, if you want to take a look at it on there.
I'm just trying to place, my brain is like, wait a minute, because I thought Fletch was the one that ended up getting this.
That one's mine, I believe.
This one's so dope, dude.
Yeah, I'm looking at the hand, and the hand is the same, so I believe that one's mine.
It was the eye marbling that caught me first, and I was like, oh shoot. But then this one appeared a day ago. And maybe I'm also just crazy. Did Fletch maybe have one of the pilots? Because there's
so I believe that one may be Fletch's, but
pterodactyl pilot. There we go.
He got the pterodactyl pilot. Got it. Okay. Shed quarters. That sucks, dude. I got a story about PayPal here in a minute. PayPal is really pissing me off right now. We'll talk about that in a minute. Dude, that is sick. Look at that. That's crazy.
I've had that happen before, by the way. Shed quarters creations. It is really annoying, man. Especially so again, back to being patient sometimes with makers when you don't necessarily know the whole situation and what's going on. If PayPal held their funds, now picture this for a second. If you just invested all this money into the actual drop and the materials to get that shit sent out there, then PayPal puts a hold on all those funds that you just got for selling those materials. You can't really use any of those funds to ship all that work out. And a lot of these work, especially if you're thinking of Shed Quarters Creations, is coming from Australia, and they're big. So if PayPal puts a hold on it, that's now coming right out of your pocket if you want to try and ship those things out, or you're waiting for PayPal, because until you end up telling PayPal the shipping number, and then PayPal can confirm with US Post or whatever that it arrived, they hold the funds. Bullshit.
Yeah, he's in the negative for postage now. Exactly, dude. And see, that's bullshit, man. That should not happen. Check this out, dude. And I'm not trying to say this problem is as big as his or anything. I'm just saying it's another fucked up thing that PayPal does. So I made a purchase from a guy online out of a shop. He emailed me right away, and he said that his account had been hacked and that my money went to some dummy account that he does not have access to. So I opened a claim with PayPal. At first, they said no, because your buying pattern, you buy stuff all the time, so we think this is a legit thing. And I'm saying no. I gave them a case number saying this guy's account was hacked and my money has gone into this dummy account. You guys need to look into that. It's been 10 days. It's been 10 days. I got an email today saying, hey, we're almost finished working on it. The issue that I have is these fuckers locked up my PayPal account while they're trying to figure this out. I go to pay for something today and they're like, it's not going through. And I'm like, what's not going through? So I check, make sure all my information's right. It's all right. I give them a call and they said, yeah, we had to lock your account up because we're investigating this fraud case from this other guy. I'm like, bro, the fact that someone can digitally lock my money up, I'm not comfortable with that, at all. But that's kind of where I'm at right now, dude. And it sucks. It's unreal. I mean, I feel like I'm kind of wasting my breath talking about it. It's just bullshit, man.
When you guys have Venmo as an option, but that's not the point,
Yeah, we do have Venmo as an option. There's a lot of people there's very, very, very few people that will take Venmo, especially if you're buying out of a shop. I mean, PayPal seems to be the most universally accepted thing from everybody. And it's just, that's the first real problem that I've had with them. And boy, I don't know. Can't do nothing about that one.
It really does feel very defeating sometimes when that occurs. It's very out of your hands.
It is. It's out of your hands. And that's the thing, dude. I feel like I don't have access to, have access to my money, just not through that platform, which is just so stupid to me. But that's when we get into, hey, I want that, but I can't pay you through PayPal right now. Would you mind holding it for me for a few days, please, good, kind sir, ma'am? And kind of cross your fingers and hope that shit works.
Well, without sounding rude, it would take them 2 seconds to click on your profile and be like, I think this guy's good for it.
Hopefully, man. I don't know. It's kind of a bummer, dude. I don't know. I just hope it gets resolved like ASAP.
What else you got over there for us?
Yes. How about this one? Fat Dad's. Boom.
You grabbed a Fat Dad's Toys. Is this your first?
I do have a Fat Dad's Toys, yeah. I met Fat Dad's at Decon last year and had a great time. And oh man, he hooked it up. Ooh, good loud.
He's a hyper folk, eh?
Oh.
Seems like a really lovely,
great dude.
Hyper genuine dude.
Very, very much so, man. Came right up to me. I was with Eddie from Resin Blood, kind of chilling, and he walked right up, man. Sat down, got some food. We talked for a while. Went inside. Great, man. Great dude. Great stickers, man. That's his Petey character. If you're familiar with Petey. Tenacious Toyz sticker. That's sick. That's another Tenacious Toyz sticker right there. Oh, all right. Stickers from the man. Tree Face Creations. I don't know if you're familiar with them. That's another good one, dude. Tree Face Creations. He stuck that little business card in here. I'm not sure what that's about, but that's pretty cool. So here's the piece that I bought. He did throw some extras in there. So this one's very simply called I'm a Ghost. Ghost with the axe in his head there. Clean. It is, man. And what's cool is, I don't know if you can see the little feet at the bottom there. So it's like a little kid with a ghost costume on and an axe in the head. That's great. Very cool. This is cool, man. This has got I can tell this one. Oh yeah.
Very designer toy vibe. The fuck is it?
Absolutely. It's a ghost, and it's like it's melting in its own pool of whatever. All right, so that's a top view, but that's the ghost right there. That's wicked, dude. I love that. Nice.
That's really clean.
Yeah, it is really clean. And then there's this other. That little guy. Very cool, man. I wonder if this glows. I bet this one glows. Oh man. All right. I'm gonna have to put this under the light here. This thing glows like crazy. What the hell? All right. All right, everybody. Hold on. Look at that little guy.
Icy.
Yeah, that's sick. I like that. Oh man, holy shit. Okay. I'm gonna put something else. That last one that I just showed you. This one, when you put the UV on it.
I see it warming up.
Yeah, it doesn't glow, but
Something's happening there. When you were hitting
yeah,
it looked like it was charging in the face.
Yeah, so if you look at half, God, I gotta get a better light on this or something, man. So let me switch this real quick.
Death and Strawberries, man. If you felt like sliding in at all and showing off some of that package goodies on the YouTube, please feel free to jump in, dude. Baba drop,
Yeah.
killer Halloween drops, man. I don't know if you're just coming in, but killer Halloween drops, bro.
Very, very cool, man. Dot candy. Yeah. So this one, you know what's weird, dude, is when you look at it, if you see it from the side, that front half is clear. You can kind of see it there. That front half is clear. You can see the back half is red, but there's like a little blood drip red.
It's a blood drip.
Clear. And that's what you're seeing. And you can't see it from the front really
No,
because
I
the back,
get it.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't really photograph it well because it wants to show you the red behind.
Yeah,
you know what's
exactly.
really cool about that? That reminds me of the astronautaloid figure that Trash Can Monster did, where he
One of my
painted the.
all-time favorites.
That was one of the smartest things I've ever fucking seen somebody do, man. A clear cast,
Yeah.
painted the back side of the helmets, like at the back of the head, a color, so that way when you looked through the visor, you'd see that color, but then covered the whole thing in black. Holy damn, that was smart.
I agree, dude. And I'll say it again, man. That astronautaloid from Trash Can Monster, that's one of my favorite. That's an all-timer for me. That's probably a top 5 piece that I have, dude. I love that piece. When you put it in the light, the shimmer on the paint is just so.
The UV reactive touches.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, man. Fat Dad's Toys, dude. Great box right there, man. 3 of them of those ghosts. Again, we got I'm a Ghost. We got the half, the red and the clear.
I never know how to say it in a way that sounds like only nothing but optimistically and positive. Fat Dad has come such a fucking far way since first starting, man. And it's crazy. Like, he puts himself out there, and it's that excitement and energy that has allowed him to collaborate and learn from some of like the best, biggest makers out there on the scene. And it's only improved his craft. It's insane.
For sure, man. And like you said, dude, very designer toy feel. Just by the looks at it, you look at his page and you see the PD, and that's, to me, that's very designer toy. But a lot of his other work, you know, the little ramen bowls and stuff, that's all very designer toy looking stuff to me. And he pumps it out pretty damn quick. And the dude is just a ball of positivity, man. I don't know if there's anything negative in that dude at all, from what I've seen.
If anybody's ever collected kid robot toys or like those little Funko Mini Pop surprise boxes, every ghost you just posted there, in my opinion, is of that vibe.
Yeah, very cool. Baba Drock, we were talking about the Candy Crushers, man. Those look very tasty.
Fucking genius.
Yeah.
I'd love if you felt like dropping it at all. Maybe you'll even drop it on your own page at some point. The fuck you did for the scent. Maybe I just don't know it. Maybe there is just like a scent powder thing that exists out there, but I don't know what you did for the rub and sniff scenting that you got.
Yeah, for sure. Next on the list, TL Flanagan.
Okay, I'm gonna admit, man, I'm a little surprised you scored 2 TL Flanagans. I know you just said the other day, sometimes you just talk to the artist, so you just fucking set that little bell on. But there's somebody who's easy to accidentally miss the drops for. I'm kind of impressed that you're looking at
Yeah.
like 2 weeks in a row.
And like I said, man, consistent drops. And what I mean by consistent are, every other week or something like that. That kind of seems like how the frequency has been for these last few. I know there's another one coming out tomorrow, which is like 2 weeks after this last one, which was about 2 weeks after the last one. So there's a really good schedule going on right now, and it's all stuff that's I would say on the lower end of the price scale. It's all super cool stuff. It's all original sculpt, painted, great pieces, and they go pretty quick. She's great at updating her page as far as what's available, how many are left. We looked at the Jason with the Jason in the pool with the pool floating on, and the pineapple on the machete. We saw that a couple of weeks ago. So here's another one. This is so the series that these are in is called Little Funny Frights. Tiffany Flanagan presents Little Funny Frights. This is so good, dude. So this is a little critter, right? But with all the teeth, right? You get this little tube of toothpaste, and it's actually like brushing its teeth, which is awesome. I'm gonna take that out of the bag real quick. But yeah, so this was a run of 20. This is number 16 out of 20. There was brown, and then I believe there was gray as well. Both hand painted, really, really, really well done. And again, there's going to be the Gremlin, I believe, is coming out tomorrow on Friday. Yeah, very cool. So there's that. Oh, I'm going to put that in the light real quick for everyone. So there's that one, man. Critter Fresh. Super cool. Original sculpt, hand painted.
That might be one of my, like, not to mention all the little accessories with it. Even if it didn't have those accessories in hand, that's a fantastic critter sculpt, man. Oh,
Agreed.
shit. Is that your first critter? Do you have other critters?
You know what? I have a smaller purple one from Last Zectron. That's the only other one that I have, and it came with a little burger, which is very cool. I don't know if I ever did a post on that one or not, but that one's cool. This one is just sick, and I'm holding my camera now. That's why it looks all jacked up. I'm sorry. The stand that I had it on is a little bit lower than I thought. I wanted to get kind of a better view of that guy.
I like your lingo tonight. Jacked up.
Jacked up is usually not a good thing. That's a little better. Just saying the camera.
So also, not to be that guy, but I'm filling in names for the Wheel of Death. I'm curious. We haven't talked about that at all tonight.
No, we haven't. We have not.
For those of you watching, I never know.
Yeah, Critter Fresh, man.
Critter Fresh is killing it. The accessories are
very
killing. Is that a
cool.
sticker or a paint app on that little tube of toothpaste there?
It's a sticker.
Genius.
He showed putting those on. They are very, very touchy to put those on. I'm sure you've seen that process done before. Hurt did a Batman symbol, and it was I watched him do it, and it's not easy to do. It's very very, very finicky.
one of those water did with Hurt Toys and those Batman ones. They're a water applied one. Am I mistaken?
Correct. Right. And that's what these ones were too, I believe.
Okay.
I watched a video of that go on brush, but it was like a little water application that went on there. But original sculpt, dude. I love original sculpt. Tiffany Flanagan, Luke Welch. There's some incredible people doing original sculpts out there. This is one of them. Again,
There's
check that.
There's something about that sculpt that screams like claymaker. You know, like it has that like this is an original sculpt vibe.
For sure. And that's another account where really, really good with the process photos and little videos of how this stuff is getting made. I mean, and look at the teeth on there, man. And then the eyes, the little black pupils and the red eyes. I mean, that's really fine work.
Get out of here. Look at the fucking toothpaste and toothbrush he's holding in hand. Like, get out of town. What is going on here? All the hair.
Super, super tiny paint work on there. Very Barrio Boba-esque, if I dare. Great piece, dude. Tiffany Flanagan, check that out. TL Flanagan Creations, I believe is what that is.
So you mentioned it's very Barrio Boba-esque, but now I wish that like you could reach through the screen and grab vomiting droids as fucking the mule figures standing beside each other.
Yeah, right.
Let them play together.
Let's see here.
What you doing over there?
Well, there's one thing I wanted to look up because I think I just misspoke. Like it's idiot.
Like an idiot. And
you know what, dude? So this is what I said. I said Flanagan, TL Flanagan Creations. It's not. Flanagan Creations is a separate company.
Yes, they are.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes, they are.
The minute it was coming out of my mouth, I knew that was wrong. Flanagan Creations, separate company. Also a fantastic company. Really cool stuff over there too. TL Flanagan. That's what you want for the Critter Fresh. And
let me pull that up for you guys. I'll drop the
freshest 80s music.
Yeah. As if we did that, dude. Fuck, it's bound to happen. Fuck you guys for naming your accounts too similar. Don't take blame for that.
And I think it's probably their last name. So I think it's their last name. So how dare you have the same last name? Thinking Creations is another really good account. Super good resin artist.
Yeah. And also does, admittedly, the first time you grabbed a Flanagan piece, a TF Flanagan piece, I thought it was a Flanagan Creations piece because they both actually spend a lot of time doing hand sculpted clay work that they then mold and then cast resin work in. So unfortunately, not only do they actually happen to have an account based off their last name, which happens to be the same, but they also happen to both be sculptors.
Yeah.
Fuckheads.
TL Flanagan, Tiffany Flanagan, she had a drop that was recently, I believe her birthday was September 21st, 23rd, somewhere around there. And there was she did a sculpt of a jack-o'-lantern that had a really cool case with it too. I think those all sold out, but that was kind of, before I saw these smaller guys, that was kind of the stuff that I was used to seeing is more full figured original sculpts that are hand painted, which there's a lot of those on her page, but they're all sold out now. They sell out quick, but dude, it's amazing work, man. You look at it and you're like, crap, dude, someone took a lump of clay and sculpted it out of there, then painted the hell out of it. And it's phenomenal, dude. It's like, it's something that you would buy at a gallery. You know what I mean? To me is what that looks like.
Oh, dude. All right. So Como P is the shit. Not only did he just show up today and bang on my door, I don't even know how he got into my building. I'll be honest. I don't know how he even got into my fucking building. Because I didn't buzz him in. But the other day, Nuit Blanche, here in Toronto, fantastic event. All the galleries open up and allow you to just kind of go through for free and check out their shit for free. It's an all-night event. And Como P showed up at work after work and was like, Nuit Blanche. Got to see a bunch of really fucking cool art, music, people. Dope for weird spectrum folk like myself. But I don't know, something about
Nice.
what we were talking there. It
Nice.
just made me think of the fact of like the variety of different types of things you see people cater an entire like gallery towards. It's lovely, man. I can't believe we don't have a toy
Nice.
museum here.
You know what, man? I saw something in you're right, dude. I think that, you know, especially with the art scene in Canada and what we were talking about before with the grants and stuff, it seems like it's a much more kind of welcoming, accepted thing there to get artists going than it is here in the States. And maybe that's just where I'm at. I don't know. But anyways, I did see an advertisement for a toy store in San Francisco, which I'm in San Francisco a couple times a week. And it's supposed to be one of the oldest toy stores around. And I've just never seen it, man. I have a feeling that it's down by Fisherman's Wharf, which is a total tourist trap. And so I'm kind of hesitant on going there, but you know, never know. I might make it by someday.
Dude, I think the coolest part about this is that there was no vibe or pressure that you had to have a penny to your name if you wanted. You know what I mean? It was almost kind of like, one, you would just follow the music. So if you're even kind of curious on like a dead street, kind of being like, well, where's the next fucking cool thing to go to? You'd basically just head towards wherever you saw random ass street music blaring from, because there'd be either a DJ or a little street performer doing something. And then you'd see a cluster of people coming out and like, ooh, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, all right, guess we're heading in there. Like you said, ended up in a fucking shoe museum.
That's
but yeah, Death and Strawberries, man. I'm gonna say it a third time, and I know it's probably just because your entire family is dying of the plague right now, unfortunately. But if you end up feeling like hopping in and showing us any of those pieces that you grabbed, please don't hesitate. What you got over there? Of course. If you like him so much, why don't you just marry him?
Oh man.
What if I could? He says.
It's just funny, man, because I actually, you know, sometimes when he does stories, right? I mean, if you just if that's on your feed regularly, you kind of notice differences when you see him, right? And sometimes it'll be like a post. He does a lot of posts for like if you post something of his, more than likely it's going to end up on his feed. And so sometimes it's just like that, which is very cool. Sometimes he does like just kind of like a dump of a bunch of different pictures in a row, right? And I'm like, that's dope, that's dope, that's dope. But I don't want to be the guy who likes every single story and he's looking at his feed like, I get it. And so I told him, I said, dude, I don't want to like every single one. So I just liked the last one. I hope that would cover it all. And we just had some witty banter back and forth, which I think was funny. I was just kind of laughing at me, which was the best part. So anyways, another Healy box. Let's talk about Healy real quick. He does have a shaman coming out this Saturday. Yes, I'm going to buy it. So I will have another Healy box next week. I don't know what it is. It could be a Halloween themed thing. It could not be. It's but it's a shaman. And if you're familiar with that, go get you one.
I'll admit, Healy's one of those dudes. I get he's huge, but he's so humble and still so in like hands-on and in touch with the craft and his audience. It doesn't feel out of our realm to have his work here. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, man. And that's what's very, very, very cool about that guy is that when I first started messing around in here, I reached out to him kind of blindly just because I had never really been on Instagram before. And I see people with like these hundreds of thousands of followers and stuff. And I see him and I'm like, he's got, at that time, it was like 10,000 or 11,000. I'm just like, this guy's not very big, you know, but then you start looking around and I'm just like, holy shit, dude, this dude's at like, he's at like the pinnacle of what we're doing here and talking about, but very accessible as far Fletch would agree. Very accessible as far as talking to him or asking a question or asking if something's available or asking something about a piece. I love to do research on his pieces, but sometimes it's just not out there. You can find it might be in a magazine from 7 years ago in Japan, but it's a blurb about it. You know what I mean? And if you want to know more about it, you reach out to him and ask, and your answer, you'll get it. And his stuff, I mean, let's be honest, dude. I mean, pound for pound, you go through that feed and there's a probably less than 0.5% of stuff of his that I don't like. I don't even want to say that. It's a 100% of his stuff. I'm just like, fuck. All right, let's just look at the pieces and move on. This is getting embarrassing. These are great, by the way. This was from his drop, I believe, last weekend. He advertised it as a Halloween, kind of a Halloween style drop, and it is. It's a Coven Witch. I have several of these, but this one is that kind of metal orange, which is so fresh. Man, that Coven Witch, dude, if everybody noticed, you see the hands on that? The hands are small witches' faces. They're witches' heads for hands. Get out of here. So this next one, if you guys saw that drop, you know that there was 2 of those available. There was the orange one. And then there was this guy, the black.
I didn't know they were metallic. I guess I didn't take in the post enough. I didn't realize that they were so fucking metallic. I knew they were sharp, and I knew that it was gonna be like a purpley black and an orange. Did not know that they were gonna be like that. Those are like chrome, bro.
Yeah, exactly like chrome, orange chrome. Like when's the last time you saw that?
The orange one's stupid because your brain wants to think it's gold, but it's autumn gold, if that makes sense.
Yeah, those are sick, dude. The other ones, the other Coven Witches that I have are UV. I think one of them might glow, but one of them, there's definitely a glow and a UV in there. Yeah, shed quarters, exactly, liquid metal. But there's a couple other ones also. Man, dude, somebody Google Healy on Etsy. Someone's got a purple Coven Witch in there that's literally been there for years, for like $60. If someone could just please go and buy that. It's been staring at me for, like I said, a long time now. And it's a cool piece, man. The Coven Witch is awesome. The sculpt on that is crazy, dude. Look at those hands. Great piece. Pieces. Really cool. Yeah, those are rad, man. I agree. He also had a Zabka that day in the black metal. If you're familiar with the Zabka, it's very cool.
So if you're down, man, Death and Strawberries is sitting in the waiting room there. He just popped in. I'd love to toss him on. I'd love to see some of those goodies I missed earlier in the live, if that's okay.
Get in here.
Get in here.
I was gonna say, if you don't have that damn beard on, you better turn the camera off and go put it on. You're gonna start confusing.
What is this? What is this beardception going on tonight?
They told me it was a thing. It's not a thing.
You know, I've been trying to kind of grow it out, debating if I can or not. I feel personally attacked this evening.
This is actually interfering with my real beard, which is giving me fits under here. But I'm gonna roll with it.
Man, thank you very, very much for coming in, dude. I'm so sorry that I missed you earlier, but you had some fucking killer boxes and some helpers helping you open them earlier. I could kind of see.
That's true. I figured you were just like you knew I was gonna give you a hard time till the end of time, so you had to let me back in.
Dang it, dude. Yep.
Which I still will.
What you got over there for us?
I got a pile of stuff on the table here. I'm trying to remember where I started.
Always goes that way.
The porpoise. Which
banana Czarface.
Yeah.
Right? We
Mustard is what your daughter called it, right? Mustard?
Mustard, yep.
Mr. Mustard.
Mr. Mustard.
Yeah, like original like peg style articulation on this guy.
Which of course you are like the king of loving.
Yeah, I'm enamored. Which is nothing. I mean, nothing new for general purpose stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Sure.
fantastic.
Does it feel like 65D?
um,
Look at this guy
pretty
looking
s-
for hints.
it's pretty solid. It's pretty solid.
Oh, it's like a harder plastic, much more rigid.
Yes.
Oh. Which
Yeah. So I don't know, but
makes the peg joints even harder.
yeah, right. So it can be done.
Yeah. Well, I know one trick I've mentioned before too. Like you have to slam them in while they're kind of soft.
That does make sense. Speaking of which, this guy is peg articulation, and yeah, just super clean, dude. You can see right through, like you can see all the how tight the articulation even is. Once you give you the zoom there.
Dang, clean, man. Does yours jaw move? Nope.
No,
go
not
for
this
it.
one.
Yeah.
No. But the hands do.
Oh heck yeah, the hands and it looks like maybe the feet.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh my goodness, man.
Nice.
Porpoise, why? You masochist.
Why? I know it's good. I just saw that guy sitting there still, and I was like, "What? How did I look out?" Yeah.
You gonna paint that at all, or are you gonna leave them clean and clear?
Oh no, I can't touch somebody else's work like that, dude, unless they say to. No, I like it just the way it is. Yeah.
That's a score, man.
Love that one.
There's my. Oh yeah, and then I got this little guy from him too.
Mhm.
Just a sweet little bonus.
You know what, man? I never saw those out here. I don't know if they were just like a quick thing out here, but I never saw those on the shelves out here. It's really weird, man. I feel like we're the last on to the earth to get a lot of the stuff. There's Origin stuff that never came out here at all. And like I see people on the East Coast where it's on super clearance.
Yeah.
And I've never even seen it on the shelf before. And I think that those are some of them. So that's cool.
Yeah, totally cool. I think he's got more stuff on the flame sale and in his store. So definitely check that out.
Yeah, I think he had a few of those.
And
What else you got over
then, yeah, then I got the Rainbow Yawn Chomper Gobbler, which, dude, I'm impressed. Like, look at those paint details.
Okay, so I've got to give credit to his trash surprise thing.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is like an affordable option to get yourself some Rainbow Yawn cool shit, man. And that is like a really good example of somebody taking like a toy that exists out there and manipulating it into being their own. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of
Yeah,
the non-refundable tokens.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's what I totally agree. I agree. I totally dug the concept here of just like totally changing what this is, just by adding his own little flair here. But
That's
fantastic.
That's like Steve Casino shit right there.
Yeah, totally is.
It's dope, man.
The
yeah,
fucking
and then-
hair on it.
Right? That's why I like this one.
Yeah. Little troll hair. That's awesome.
Did he have those up on his like actual store? Just
Yeah.
those? Oh dang, I missed that completely.
Dude, that's funny. I asked the exact same thing. I'm like, now was that in the store? He's like, that was in the store. I'm thinking, shit, missed that one.
I think there might still be a couple in there. Be worth looking.
Okay.
I'm looking right now.
Yeah. This was part of the trash surprise too. Is the little resin mushroom guy.
That's a good one too.
Really good, man. Such a good for a hand sculpt just for the fungus event that was happening, and then to now make it a thing. Smart dude.
Yeah, super cool. And then yeah, got a couple of treats, a little
Nice.
dragon and a water gun and some candy and some stickers. Like, can't go wrong, dude. It's all good.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I'm on his store right now. Yeah, you can get some of the fungible token minifigures, $10. You get some of the horror hero bootleg, $17.50. It looks like if anybody missed the Mucko Bites, there's 2 of those still left, pink and turquoise, and a marble UV, and it looks like also a green blurple UV. And yeah, you're right, man. Chompy gobblers. Chompy gobblers. Get you some chompy gobblers.
It's like, and it's an affordable Rainbow Yawn piece, and it's like
15,
it's really well done.
15 euros. Variety of options
Ooh.
there.
15 euros. The euro are really close right now, man. That's great for that.
You know, E to the J, dude, it looks like it might be fate. There is one black and red one sitting in there. And I'm just gonna put it out there.
Yeah, maybe you should just stop talking about that, Crumps.
Go snatch it.
Yeah,
snatch
right.
It's like I was talking to Toxic Fumes Toys the other day, and I was like, fuck, dude, I went right to your store on the live and instinctively pulled up the gosh dang swamp things I want no one to touch. Just out of habit, I'm like, ooh, does he have any of those swamp things on there? Boom, boom, boom. And you're like, in my back of my brain, I'm like, why are you showing everybody that there's 2 swamp things here? Is what it is.
Yeah.
What other goodies you got over there hiding for us?
Oh, I showed Brian here, but so I got one of those La Mula things from Barrio Boba. It was on a trade, and I haven't traded him back yet, but this is his Kerfloss number 2 that I have yet to paint, but been
nice.
casting a few of these guys. So and then this guy is green with the I got one of those
anyone claimed those yet? Like, I'd be surprised if not, but between the clear one and that like GI Joe / Army Man green, I'd be surprised if no one's claimed them yet. But like, is this the first time you're seeing them?
Yeah, I haven't shown them to anybody. So I don't know if you can
Oh yeah.
see that dude glowing.
So not only is it Army Man green, but it also glows.
That's awesome.
Yeah. My first time doing that, so it turned out pretty good. Oh, he's still kind of glowing.
You had a mule in the original, his original drop, right? With all the artists.
Yeah.
Do you know who bought yours?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was sick, man. There was a couple that I was really debating on. You had to be quick, dude, but yours was one of them. And I'm thinking, man, I wonder who landed that thing.
Yeah.
That was sweet. That was very cool.
I think that even the person who got it knows that guaranteed there'd be a hit out for them if they if they let it slip.
So that was basically Boba was the same way. He wanted that thing bad, and he didn't get it, and so he was like, "Dude, can I get one similar?" You know, so we're gonna hook him up.
Yeah.
But
Well, I think we're at that point in the scene. There's certain artists that unfortunately they don't get a chance to do drops, whether it be life or just all these other things, right? Time. So when we see that you've done a paint app and Vomiting Droids nailed it earlier, like if for some reason the number 2 figure by Kerfloss doesn't mean anything to you, then you just haven't been in toys long enough. That's okay.
Well, and that's one of those ones where, I mean, the documentation on that thing, I mean, we're talking about a process that took probably over a year, and there's just so much content. That's
easily 2.
Yeah, going to other artists that we talk about weekly on here. Dude, that's one of the raddest drop setups I've seen in a long time. That was I mean, how do you pick one, dude? That was a tough one. And you know what? The other thing I think was great is he was only letting people get one, which really bugged me at first. But then I thought, you know what, man, that's the right thing to do. Let more people get some of these things.
That's how you know that you're an adult in the toy scene. personally.
Oh,
When,
well,
when you
Hey, easy. They're throwing around there, bud.
there's the odd drop that we can't contain ourselves. Don't get me wrong, but and especially if it's an aged drop. If something's aged, well, you snooze, you lose, motherfuckers. But on a freshie, on a fresh hot drop of somebody, especially when you're like, let's be honest, a vomiting droids drop. If you try and snag multiple bears from a vomiting droids drop at the same, like, it's one thing if he does multiple posts, but if on one post you try and snatch up every bear, you don't want friends.
Dude, the Bears, that's a whole nother story, man. Those are tough.
I'm digging through my bag of goodies. I had one more thing. Not sure if it's
I could hear you playing with the bag down there, but I'm like,
I know, I'm sorry. I was trying to do it quietly.
hey, is Mr. Sparkles handy?
Oh no, he's upstairs and the kids are sleeping.
Fair
Sorry.
enough.
I'll have to save that for another time. Unless you don't want me back on, that could be. I might ruin my chances here.
Yeah, the beards. Sorry, man. Too much masculinity.
Right? There, I found it. Okay. Let me. You
Also,
got a
I'm
couple
loving
of
this.
these guys too.
I'm loving the setup tonight, dude. I don't know what those display cabinets are behind you, but I don't think I've seen those before. Sharp.
This is my wife's office. This is where she teaches. She teaches art. So you can see all our.
Yo, is that a ginormous tick?
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
All right. You want me to give you the tour?
Oh, please.
Are you a Tick fan, Crumbs?
Dude, okay, come on now. Who doesn't like the tick? The guy is an imbecile, but he tries so hard to be good.
Okay, I got something for you.
Yeah, this is old school. I think I got this for her back when we were in college. He's the talking tick. Which I don't think he's working right now. But
did you know he was originally just done for a newspaper agency? Originally, he was a newspaper character.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, man, they ran with it.
Knocking things down.
Sorry, I have a habit of making people pull shit out, then it ruins their display.
You're good. Yeah.
Are those your ETs with the necks that extend?
They are. These are the first ones. So this is the original. Well, you can see I got all kinds of. Let me see, getting in light. All kinds of markers and stuff on it, and horse spouts and pieces of the mold are still in there. But yeah, a little drinking straw.
Oh, nice
articulation. But it worked. And then this guy was the first pull from the mold. So I'm keeping him.
Like, you guys have seen this shit, right? Like, that thing works, dude. It works, man.
Yeah,
that's
right?
crazy. Yeah.
And then this is my first time doing the clear casting.
Good, dude.
Yeah, that's clean, man. It doesn't even look like soda.
Wow.
Yeah. So pretty proud of that one. That one's gonna stick around here, but I got a few more.
I'm really impressed with the head, man. It seems really tight and suction fitted. It doesn't seem like it's popping down. Like, it's nicely done, dude.
Yeah. So I
how come your wife gets those?
Well, they're in her cabinet, but I'm keeping them.
I see.
But yeah, I don't. It's hard. It's gonna be hard to show you, but so the original with just the straw was a little looser than I wanted. So what I did was I ran a bead of wax along the back just to give it a little bit more stickiness, in the hole, and that was all it needed. This one has the sprue on it still, but yeah.
And then you remolded it with that wax.
Yep. So that one, I'll have a few of those. Okay. sculpts or anything, but I've been molding a couple of guys just because I like them. This is the what was it, Soggy, Mr. Soggy?
Love it, dude.
Captain
You
Crunch,
know,
the Sogmaster.
you were saying that's a cereal guy, eh?
Yeah. Arch nemesis of Captain Crunch. And then the Burger King guy. I got a green one. It's probably easier to see. The King.
Yeah.
Kudos to you, man. I don't know if it's your molds or what, but you're getting some really clean casts for some like quote unquote beginner casts.
Yeah, it's the pressure pot. I have to admit, this Mr. Barrio Boba hooked me up and changed my world.
And you got to meet up with Barrio Boba, homie, in the flesh. Oh no, fuck that thing. It's true. Vomiting Droid said it the other day. Sometimes you get angry with almost how good something is. I don't like I like that fucking telescopic necked ET, dude.
Yeah, dude. I when the idea came to me, I was like, I have to like.
I remember you were in a hotel room being COVID fucking quarantined, working on that with straws and shit, man.
It's true.
Holy fuck.
So
skilled one, you're right. Craftsman actually has a piece very similar to that Sogmaster as well, actually. Yes. They put out there.
Yeah, he actually did his in like a metal, like a, what do you call that? It's like a tin type
pewter?
Of metal. Pewter, that's the word.
For anybody who doesn't know, if you use the silver silicone, what's that called? Platinum cure silicone, you're actually able to cast things such as that. The temperature is sufficient. So if anybody's looking to cast a little piece of the metal and shit, platinum cure silicone.
Saturn 9.
I'm sorry, I got a couple more things to show you. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. We want all of the things shown to us. I didn't even realize that we tipped into it a little bit after the 3 hours. We still haven't done the giveaway. And BJ, how many boxes do you have? Where does the chatty bunch tonight? My goodness.
Yeah. Well, we started a little late.
That half-hour nap.
Somebody was sleeping.
Man, honestly, you guys will never maybe you will, but you can't understand the level of embarrassment and shame that I have for being sleepy. I hate, yeah, fuck.
Hey, if nothing else, it kept me on my toes tonight for like
Grant, we need a backup plan for future though, for in future cases. Damn it.
Yeah, the backup plan is don't ever do that again. That's the backup.
It's like, go watch the Instagram live if you want to see Brian's eyes about this wide.
Yeah, right. I'm all stuttering like,
Without even sound, I don't even want to sound morbid, but the unfortunate reality is most of you guys know I can be a dark motherfucker outside of these two. So you're just sitting there being like, oh God, I hope he's not dangling from the roof, tapping his knees.
No. So, a little work in progress. You interested?
Always.
I'm working on my Nacho Libre. I'm redoing all the molds.
Oh yes, dude. So glad you picked it back up. Nice.
Yeah. So I got one last cast. I was telling Crumbs about this. I got one last cast out of this WOOOOO mold that I had before it died, and that's what I got to work this. So all this
you
red
were still
stuff
using the WOOOOO mold.
Yeah.
No.
I know. So, but it gave me this last one, so I have something to work off of. All this red stuff is sculpting wax, and so I'm filling in all the like striations on his muscles, so it's more smooth. And then I was trying really hard to give him that like brawny feel, but not like fat. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
we're working on it. I think it's getting better.
Man,
awesome.
The Batman that you made of that was probably one of my faves.
Oh yeah, I still like that too. Speaking of which, I did get this Batman guy.
What the fuck is that?
This is straight out of Mexico, bro. So I use this as my template to make Esqueleto. Familiar with the movie?
Oh
He's
man,
Nacho's
yes,
partner.
yes. Yeah.
So I took all the Batman stuff out and sculpted him down. So
That's great.
it's really hard to see now. You'll see it when it's actually cast in the same color, but
Wow.
put some hair on him and
Look how
Right.
thin he is, dude. That's great.
The amount
and
of
then
times that you just want to ask why.
That's so good, dude. Oh man, that's great.
He is so oddly skinny. BJ, you nailed it, dude. He's just so awkwardly skinny. There's
It's
something
so
weird
good,
about
dude.
like the proportions.
yeah,
Oh my god.
So
I
good.
think it's awesome.
The profile, you can almost tell you're gonna see ribs.
Yeah, that's good. Nice, man. I can't wait for those.
I know, I'm pretty excited. But yeah, I have to remake the molds, and that's another one. So spent like 2 hours on the phone with Neostalgia, and he like made my brain make sense of all of the backwards and upside downness. So I think I got some good ideas for the mold so that they'll all come out. But I'm in the process of making that happen. So
Holy crap, man. That's jokes as hell.
Nice.
That's gonna be good.
yeah, pretty proud of him.
Oh.
I think it's gonna be all right.
I love like what a stupid Batman sculpt, dude. Whoever like I'm sorry, that model is insane. That face,
I know.
those shoulders. What is happening here? Those biceps, bro.
It's so bootleg. It's fantastic.
That's crazy, man. It looks like someone ran his chest over, but just his chest.
Exactly.
Like I'm trying to think of whoever made like the mold for it, just having no real understanding of like how to properly proportion the two halves, and therefore it's being like, fuck it.
Yeah.
It actually seems to me like they had a real good idea about mold making, but didn't care too much about what it looked like. Because it's
Yeah.
very much made just to be a quick, easy mold. You know?
Yeah.
Well,
I love
what,
it.
For sure.
it's a black cast with a fucking quick strip of pink paint across the face. They're not even in the lines. That's literally just a brush stroke across the fucking mouth, man.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, that's really good.
No
You think
mustache
they're
though. We're
going
gonna
for
have to fix that.
Batman? Mechaducky, I think they really were, dude. I honestly like that. To me, feels kind of like Robert Pattinson Batman. Yeah, absolutely. They got it.
Do you see this? You see this bat on his belt?
Oh my goodness! Instead of
Oh,
a utility
wow.
belt, it's just a big giant fucking Halloween bat. Also, what he
Yeah.
only has a 4-pack. Like they have evidently been like, no. Those bottom two, real hard to get. What the
Wow.
fuck, dude? The shoulder
funny.
pads. Wow,
Yeah.
that's bad. Yeah, there's certain pieces actually that people. Yo, I'm gonna put out there actually, since he actually just said resin bootlegs of that Batman. If one of you motherfuckers out there doesn't get the entire set of the McDonald's new fucking toys and bootleg those things for the rest of us by Halloween night, the ghost of Halloween past is coming to fucking whoop your ass. Put that out there. I was telling Death and Strawberries the other night that I don't have anger issues and that I've actually been pretty good with my anger lately. But when it comes to motherfucking McDonald's toys, y'all better be bootlegging that shit for us. All right, rant done.
Yeah.
Anything else you got for us over there tonight, Death and Strawberries?
I think isn't that enough, man?
Isn't that enough? What more do you want from me?
Right.
You've got a good haul to be able to bring over to Decon, my dude.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put that
Well,
out there when we talk about
just
having a
hoping to-
portfolio.
Yeah, just hoping to have a few more to be able to give out to people, but I'll show you my wife's shelf real quick.
Do it. Show us the shelf, and then I'm gonna remove you from the chat, and Beta J's gonna show me his box.
There. This is our dog Emerson, which she sculpted.
Oh wow, that's
That's
cool.
I sometimes forget that your wife is like an artist.
Yeah, it's true. And let's see. I think her friend did this one, but like it's just an analogous
Damn.
sculpture, but
Mm.
Man, I got some minis that look good on that.
Right?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, that's art supplies. A ton of books and junk. Boom.
Books and junk.
Books. Check them out at your local library.
It isn't hard if you have a library card, bro.
Oh,
All right.
also her
shoot.
little collection here.
Yo,
Yeah.
that's a Canadian right there, Mr. Creepy Skeleton.
It is.
Boom.
Isn't
That's
that fantastic?
up, dude. Canadian invasion. Get ready for it.
Right? And then this is my original model for the Batman symbol. I'd made the little melty Batmans. So she wanted the original. So there it is.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I think she likes you.
Agreed.
All right, man. I appreciate you hopping in, dude. And I'm showing myself all.
All right, I'll get out of your face. Get out of your face.
Fuck out of
Bet,
here.
buddy.
Peace, dude. I love you.
Thanks again, man.
All right, dude. Oh, fuck, man. That guy, like, he really undersells himself, man. Unfortunately, like, I think he, like, because let's be honest, he works a lot and he puts himself in these crews that we all hang out with some just absurdly talented individuals. And he sometimes, I think, puts himself in this box of like, oh, I'm not on their same level. And tonight is a good example where it's like, bro, you've designed a backer for Rainbow Yawn on top of like, you've got those ETs that look fucking great. You've got a number 2 that Kerfloss wouldn't have trusted you with if you didn't think you'd actually be able to do something great with them. Like, get a life.
Book art. You know what I'm
The
saying?
guy is so talented. Just needs to get his head out of his butthole.
Yeah. You know, great stuff, dude. And I remember, God, I don't know, a couple of years ago now, maybe a year ago, maybe longer. I don't know. You'd have to look at his first post, but I started seeing him pop up in these lives that Kerfloss was doing. If you remember, Kerfloss was on a really regular schedule. I believe it was like Monday nights or something, right? Where he would come on and he would just sculpt for a couple hours. And I remember seeing DNS in there several times. The next thing you know, he's working on his own things, and then he's buying the little articulation packages. And you know, he eventually started showing little pieces, and here we are a couple years later, and he's still doing it. And I'm so glad he picked up that Nacho Libre, man. When he first came out with that thing, he asked me if I'd be interested in one of those. And yeah, absolutely. I think I might have asked him like, hey, is that thing for sale or what? Because I think he had one.
Yeah, it was an Epoxy Crusader trade he did. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
For a McDeLorean.
That's right, dude. And you know what the kicker on that is the little bag of chips that he had in his hand.
For the orphans.
Dude, that is so good. And corn. He had a piece of that Mexican sweet corn too, right? So good, dude.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, I'm glad he picked that back up. And then that second character, dude, that is that's great.
It's perfect. What are the odds of finding a figure to match it, right?
It's almost a sunken chest, right? It's like it's beyond flat. It's sunken in. But what a dead-on profile for that character, dude. That's so good. Hey, just wanted to point it out real quick. The Healy Maids, the Coven Witches, these are still available on Healy Maid's website, $40 a piece. Coven Witch metal, right? I'm sorry, they are not metal, but they have a metal paint scheme. Still available, HealyMaid.com, $40 a piece on those.
What else you got over there?
Oh, so I got 2 left. So I got 8-Bit Zombie and I got Toxic Fumes Toys. Toxic Fumes has quite a few pieces in it. So let's go with 8-Bit Zombie first.
Yeah. I always feel so bad because, you know, man, I'm going to put out there with Toxic Fumes Toys really quickly before you hop into 8-Bit. He is always so kind and generous to basically like let me know after the fact all the pieces that were used for the piece, but it ends up being after the fact. And then my stoner ass brain doesn't remember to talk about it the next week after we're sitting there. So a lot of times we end up looking at the Toxic Fumes Toys pieces, discussing like, oh, what's that arm? What's that head? What's that leg? I'll get a DM the next day being like, so the arm was, and the leg was, and you're like, damn, dude, thank you for answering that up for me. But damn, I wish I knew that last night.
Yeah, right. I know there's so much good stuff, dude, from him. It's just it's a crazy amount. We'll get to that in a minute. So this is 8-Bit
Yes.
Zombie. So this is something
8-Bit Zombie.
supposed to show up last week. Yeah, and I advertised it last week that we were going to open it, and it never showed up. It showed up the following day, Friday. So, anyways, here we go. 8-Bit Zombies. Man, so right off the top, the stickers that this dude includes is unreal. If you're not familiar with this sticker, oh, real quick, Crashman 27. You asked what this shirt was earlier. So this is a Thrashore shirt from 8-Bit Zombie, 8bz.com. That's what that is. If you were wondering, and I don't know if those are still available or not, but 8-Bit Zombie, if you're looking for some just really cool t-shirts that they go on sale pretty often, check those out. I'm just gonna go through a couple of these stickers because they're honestly, dude, like the dopest. That Toxie one, Surf and Toxie one, that's cool. That's a Bebop right there. That's rad. Jack Burton Trucking, also rad. Bam. And these are not cheap stickers, you know what I mean? Like these are fatties. That one's cool.
These are fatties.
Yeah. Thrashore. Oh, I'm not going to show those because that's actually what the pieces are. This one, I love that one. That's a Power Glove in that old school skate look. That one's dope. That one's dope. There's actually my shirt on a sticker. 8-Bit Zombie card. What? All right, so here we go. So there's actually two figures in here. I'm just going to take them out of the.
Now he's hard to get one, let alone two.
Well, so there was a release of two different ones, but then the guy is such a sweetheart that he made a double pack, so it made it that much easier for you to buy.
What a fucking dude, man.
You know what I mean? Like, let's take notes real quick. Bundling pieces together. It's not a bad idea. I'm not saying it's a great idea. I'm just saying it's an option.
You know, so one chick and I have been kind of discussing a drop for a long time. It'll happen when it happens, but the reality will be exactly that. You can get one in this color, and you can get one in that color, or you can get both. The quantity is the quantity. When we run out, we run out. When we can't do a 2-pack, we can't do a 2-pack, but there's going to be people that want the 2-pack.
Yeah, for
sure. In my opinion, just make it an option, man.
Just make it an option. Yeah, it's cool. I'm not.
If you can.
Well, and honestly, dude, I'm not even asking for a discount. I'm just saying of packaging two things together so you can hit buy and you're getting more.
That's all I'm talking to. Because when
sure.
you're in the hustle and bustle of the trying to make sure that you can claim it when there's a limited quantity, sometimes it's really overwhelming to try and make sure you grab one, go back, grab the other one. Now you've lost both. Well, no. So you're going to grab one, you're going to check out. Then you're going to go back, grab one, check out. Now you've just double dinged the shipping. Anyways. And that's just it, T-Bone. I do understand it's not going to necessarily work when you package them all together, especially if they're bundled. Kitty Bean's another one that we could discuss that with, you know? He did a birthday present for his brother at one point, had 5 figures across one backer. I told him, I was like, that's dope as fuck. He was like, should I do more? I was like, to be honest with you, if you do, I'd maybe do one, because what's it going to cost? 120? Who's looking to necessarily just drop 120 all at once on a piece? Not everyone.
Yeah. T-Bone has a point. He says, tried it with the Droid 3-packs. He only sold 1 pack. I remember those. You know, T-Bone, I don't know, man. I mean, I think is there a rhyme or reason for that? I don't know, man. I mean, you could probably break that down as many different ways as you want on why people didn't buy those. It could really be I think a dozen different reasons. The point is that you tried it. And just because that one didn't work, I don't know if I'd get frustrated to the point to where I wouldn't do that again. Maybe it was the product. Maybe it was the price. Maybe it was
timing. Timing is
timing.
often
it could
the
be
biggest factor.
It is. It really is, man. I mean, it's sometimes there's no rhyme or reason for it. And we just don't know that, you know, I don't know. I thought it was a great idea. I would probably maybe try to do that again. He has a lot of figures. And so it would make sense to kind of bundle them up like that so you can get more than one. But anyways, 8-Bit Zombie. So these are Thrashors. Now the Thrashors, there's probably, I don't know how many different variants of them there are right now. They don't come out very often. They're very, very limited when they do come out. But the reason that I like them is because they have that Skeletor old school feel. This one right here is called, basically, this one's just called Heroic Disguise. And so it looks like He-Man.
Or Faker.
Yeah, and I mean, look at that card, dude. And then the back, of course, is just like the He-Man figures back in the day. But dude, these are seriously like incredibly good. They're vinyl, they're not resin. And then the other one.
You just blew my brain there. Have they all always been vinyl? You have some resin ones, right?
Yes.
These are vinyl ones.
Yeah, I don't have any resin ones. No, they're all. Yeah. This is another one. This is Evil Disguise.
I'm not mad that they're vinyl, but my brain is blown, dude. I always thought they were resin.
No, I actually have some out of the package that I'll grab right now and show you.
How big are they? 8 inches?
5.5. Yeah. Classic MOTU style.
Mecca, if you're still chilling, chime in if you know anything about these, dude. I know vinyl's a little bit more your wheelhouse than mine.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And then this came with the double pack shirt,
rad,
which is super fresh.
Do you remember? Did the Battle Damage He-Man and Skeletor come in a 2-pack back in the day when we were kids?
Boy, I don't know. That's a good question.
I think that maybe is what's going on there.
But these are the stickers that I didn't want to show because it's actually the pieces, which are cool. One of those, and then one each of those.
Oh, sex machine.
Yeah. So 8-Bit Zombie, man. I mean, shirts, stickers. Is it Funko or Super 7? It's actually neither. Yeah. It's Zombie, man. I don't know who's making these for him, but they're dope. I'm gonna grab another one real quick just to show you.
Do it. I double dog dare you. I'm actually currently, I did see a Battle Damage 2-pack that exists from 1994, Evil Lord of Destruction pack. So I think that might be what he's paying homage to there by allowing them to, or by including them as the 2. This is what we do on Thursday nights, teams. When we're not sleeping, we're hunting down toys.
Yeah. So here's a variant of the Evil Disguise. This is a green one. But you know, it does articulate.
I never would have thought vinyl. And for those of like,
yeah,
okay, like I feel weird. It almost feels perverse.
Yeah, this is a Cosmic Thrashor.
Like it feels perverse that one, it's almost like a kit bash. 2, it's not in a standard like your normal vinyl sizing. Like 3, it's not even a kaiju of any kind. It's not really like what you'd see in a vinyl, right? Like it's not really like a working person. It's not like an animated object. It's not.
Yeah,
it's kind of really bizarre to see that in the vinyl world at that scale.
Man. Like T-Bone said, he said he got the Galaxy one, which he had to open it. You can see I open all mine. You can find these on eBay, stuff like that, and they'll range in price anywhere from like 120 to 150. New off the site, 75. But that's one that you have to set your alarm for because they're usually gone within 30 seconds to a minute. Like you got to get in there, get it, and get out. Which I said, is why I super appreciate the double pack. And just to tell you how fast I tried to buy this thing, I didn't realize that when you buy the double pack, it says that it comes with a t-shirt, but you have to specify the size. I didn't specify the size because I was just going buy. And then I get my receipt and it says that I bought a small. I am not going to fit into a small ever. And so I hit him up and I'm like, hey man, I ordered a small, and he's just like, no problem, send me the right size. And he's super, super cool like that. But Thrasher, man, that's probably, he does have, there's a glow in the dark one, there's a Halloween one, there's a white one. He's got a bunch of different ones. There's an all orange one that's super sick. But yeah, 8-Bit Zombie, check those out. Figures, shirts, stickers, whatever you want.
I'm lame. I always get a little bit jimmied when I even if I've got to make the link myself and it's not real, but I like when it turns out that there's a maybe link there. So personally, I'm really digging the fact that it seems that in 1994 there was a twin pack of specifically battle damage. Now, the reason why it was so important in my brain to go to battle damage is when we look at that piece there, it is really much a zombie, right? I personally felt like if he was going to do the twin pack, it probably wasn't going to be the original release we would have seen a twin pack. It probably would have been the damage release.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's intentional or not, but even the moment I saw the color scheme on his He-Man one, it just, I think it's a twin pack nod, and that's dope.
Yeah, it is. It's sick, man. Jazz Wiz says incredible packaging. Street Fight says epic packaging and everything about it. It's dope, man. The Thrasher is really kind of like its own thing at this point. It's got his own. I didn't realize Crashman said that I had sent him one of these stickers from this shirt, and that's partly why he was asking. Which is, that's cool, man. And like I said, Thrasher, there's his own shirts, and it's cool, man. 8-Bit Zombie, it's a really fun site. There's actually, I don't know if it's still on there or not, I can't remember, but if you scroll all the way to the bottom of his store, there's a little 8-bit video game. It's kind of cool. I don't know if it's still on there or not, but anyways, last one, Toxic Fumes.
Playthrough Thrasher Die. Yeah, it seems that it's at the bottom there. So did you go hands with some Toxic Fumes? I've got to admit, Angry Beast must have been in the T-Dot recently in some manner, because he dropped off some stock at a store down on Queen West. I need to get my ass downtown and see what the heck he dropped off. Apparently a couple other makers are there. I'm kind of curious if Toxic Fumes got some pieces sitting there. Nice. Mecha Ducky paint app looks good. Not to compliment. If anybody doesn't know, Mecha Ducky also is disc.1, and they are actually somebody who does custom painting. Very talented individual. Stupidly talented. Love Note?
Oh man.
Love Notes.
So I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but I'm gonna change the giveaway for tonight because there's extra stuff in here that he didn't specify for a giveaway, but that's what we're gonna do. There's a few, and because we looked at these before, right? Listen to this. There are a few extra 8-bit mics and some extras from me. So there you go, man. That's what it's gonna be.
Dude, okay. I recently, I had somebody, I handed them a little indie extra, and they were like, you don't have to give me anything. I like you, right? It's like, that's fair. I'm not trying to buy your friendship in any way. I thought you'd appreciate and enjoy this, and I have a multitude of them. It dawned on me in that moment, though, how people are so weirded out who are outside the toy community. We are just a different breed. I don't get it, man. It's these makers have just converted me over to being of a different mindset, I suppose.
Yeah, it's dude, and I would say, you know, a lot of the times I don't show the extra stuffs that's in the box because I don't want to kind of put anybody on the spot. And like you said before, kind of expect anything.
Set the expectation. There's two things. One, I don't want to set the expectation. Two, Simeon Cheese brought this up at one point, and I never really even thought about it. He never allows duds to leave his workshop anymore because somebody had actually given away an extra that he had tossed into a bin, and somebody hit him up being like, "Did you make this?" And he was so embarrassed that they had that extra that had some tarnishes on it, and it was the only example they had of his work, that he immediately sent them a clean piece and now never allows any rough pieces to leave. And in my brain, it was like, holy shit, I never thought about that.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody in the I was just reading the comments, dude. Everybody is correct. Generosity around the community is nothing short of beautiful, says Jazz Wizzy. It says Skilled One says Crumbs who won't let me send him a toy. Skilled One, you're not the only one. I'll just say there's a list of people who would love to send Crumbs something, but he just won't let it happen.
The shipping out to this far north is so absurd, boys. It, you know, like,
but that's the way it is,
things.
man. That's the way it is. It sucks. But it's just, it's the way it is. Let's open some of this stuff, dude. Holy crap, this thing is stuffed.
Throw it off.
So this is a toxic
Yo, fuck you.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. Did you order that or did he toss that in there for you? You fuck.
I ordered it.
It was in there for so long, so I'm glad you got it. But man, oh my fuck. Oh yeah, I wanted that so often. Have you ever heard of that Adult Swim? Too many cooks, too many cooks.
Yeah, dude, and the blood drip in there. I'm tempted to put that in my kitchen.
I'm so happy you have that, dude. Oh,
it's huge. It's got to be, I don't know, 5.
I think it's 8. It's
no, I don't think it's 8. that. I don't think it's that.
Well, if it's about as big as my dick, and I've been saying 8, so.
Well then, you're a better judge than I. That is cool, man. It says sometimes you just make something for the sake of making it. This is one of those things. Hope you enjoy it.
He made one. There's only one. Oh, I'm glad
That's
you have
cool.
that, dude. Yes.
The blood
Really
drip.
cool.
That's so
and
cool.
that fucking pot full of body parts. It's amazing.
Yeah. Very cool. Very, very, very cool. Oh man. All right. So I'm going to take this one out of the package first. So now this was what, tell me again, what was, there was a show recently, or it was a fair or a flea market or something like that they were at, and a lot of these things are leftover from that show. Oh yeah, this is cool. So that's a 5.5. Look at that, dude. It's just like totally mixed up. The colors are everywhere.
I know you'll get this. It was probably so hard to pick one, right?
Oh, dude.
I'm glad you got the one of the sick dragon.
might even.
Though.
Oh, it is. And that's why I picked that one, because that I've never seen that before. But the magnet's always strong. Stack on the legs.
Should swap with any of your Lab Monkey number 9 pieces too.
Absolutely. Yep. And articulation on the blade. That's an old school He-Man blade is what that is.
He was one of the first makers I ever got a piece from.
Yeah. Oh, from News?
Yeah. When we talk about
nice.
how nice these people are, sometimes he literally messaged me. I think it might have been like the next, like he might have been like, "I'm sorry if I'm getting back to you slow. Your message pulled, I saw your message and I hopped out of bed and ran down to the workshop to send you some pictures." And it's like,
oh,
my bad. I'm so sorry, man. Like,
yeah.
He's just so nice. He's, yeah.
Super nice, man. And I know multiple people who say that. I know that he's a big fan of Hurt Toys, and Hurt Toys is a big fan of his. It's very cool, man. Like you said, when people just kind of reach out and say, "Hey, man," or even make a comment and say, "I really dig your stuff," it goes a long ways. I think probably more than people know, especially when it comes from another, really respected artist like Toxic
I was actually
Fumes.
gonna say that is like a thing some of you guys don't realize is that there is nothing better than word of mouth. And if you're a maker too, if somebody's on the fence and you have a piece from somebody and you know it's great, there's no better way of twisting somebody's arm or making them make that leap than being able to like assure them that you like their work. There's
Yeah.
been some pieces that I've grabbed definitely before because somebody like One Trick Pony is like, man, it's insane. And you're like, okay, if you think it's great work, I'm sure it's lovely,
Yeah. And, that's something that we talked about before, even doing a segment on the show or something of, and I think what's tipped it off was Titty Bean opening some of these pieces. And I'm just like, man, that's a great question. Is some of these people like, Titty Bean, or I mean, any artist in general, like who are their favorite artists to buy and why is that?
Maker grabs.
Yeah, for sure. Here's some
Keep
stickers.
going.
Included one of these new stickers. I don't know if you've seen those. Toxic Fumes Toyz reminds me of the old school WWF, which is amazing. Love that. A couple of those. These will be going in the giveaways for sure. Really cool slaps. Oh, and that is actually a magnet. I will keep that. Oh man, so here we go. Oh man, he knows what's up. So he didn't put this in the bag, which is very cool because we actually talked about that. This is a Jake the Snake. I don't know if you've seen those. That's the header card, and then that's the figure. That's really cool.
That's the red with the orange details.
Yeah, right, exactly. With the and this one, I think
I have creeped that shop for like a year straight, man.
Yeah. Really cool stuff in there, man. I actually you can't, I think it's probably out of the picture frame. Oh, you can see it maybe if you zoomed in, but I had to put this guy out, this one-off Money Mantis.
Money Mantis.
Yeah, that's the first Toxic Fumes piece that I got, and it's love that one. The card art on this is also really cool, made by Dr. Oblimon. That's another really cool account. Oblimon. Right now he does this thing called House of Oblimon, where he just does he just posts toy pics every single day, and it's more commercial stuff, but it's really cool stuff. Anyways, Haunted House of Oblimon is what he calls that. So, oh man, here we go. So we'll give this one away. That's another Jake the Snake. Actually, I'm sorry, it's not a Jake the Snake. It is just another little resin wrestler guy.
Yeah, but it's a little resin wrestler guy. It looks like it's from his what are they called? The something to pack. It's
yeah, it's awesome.
He's got some really well priced stuff. If anybody hasn't checked out his shop, don't touch the swamp things.
Yeah. Yeah. DNS, yeah, that Money Mantis is rad, dude. It's like I said, it's a one-off and it's gold. And all those pieces are compatible. You heard us say it before with Lab Monkey 9's pieces and Angry Beast piece, which make for some really cool kit bashes that you can kind of do on your own. So here's, oh man, these are so cool, dude. So he's got 3 different 8-bit mics here. Wow. So here's this little alien guy.
Ooh, that's going to be from the La Guerra de whatever. It's a Star Wars bootleg pack. Somebody's going to correct me.
Army guy. And this little, this is really cool, dude. This,
oh, the tombstone.
The little tombstone, yeah, and it's like half silver, half green. So we'll give that away for a little Halloween treat. I don't want to keep that, but whatever, we'll give it away. And here's
is interesting with that one, in my opinion, is I've got this from Toxic Fumes. I thought this might have been a Toxic Fumes. I'm curious if is Is that an 8-bit mic that you've got there? This one here? Is this the same thing?
It's the same thing. It is, yeah. It is the same thing, and I don't know who made it. I know the other pieces in here are all 8-bit mic, the exception of the wrestler guys, but I don't know on that one, but it is really cool. That would
Interesting.
make a great little piece to set next to a figure.
I put it next to my dead pet.
Yeah, or that. So here's one from 8-bit Mike that I'm actually going to keep just because I've never seen this one before. That's sick, dude.
Oh yeah, I really like those ones. The battleships.
Yeah.
The dude's just having fun.
Yeah. And I don't know if you've seen his process. I'm sure you have when he makes these, but if anybody hasn't, I would suggest that you go and take a look at it. And you look at this and you're
obsessed.
Like, that looks like an ice cube. And I believe those are silicone ice cube trays that he's using to make these, correct?
He reminds me of Vomiting Droids in that sense, where he clearly is having fun. There is an obvious like aesthetic in mind or like a goal in mind, but he's not necessarily like 100% when he goes to leap into it. He just wants to try something, play around.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, he's got a very similar sense of humor in the sense that forever, if you asked him if he could sell you something, or he'd be like, I don't really sell my work. And then one day out of the blue, he did a store drop, and a bunch of it was just called bags of shit. And he would just buy some of his bags of shit, and it would just be bags loaded up with stuff like that. It's like, of course, you have that same like self-deprecating behavior and of humor.
Yeah. Very cool, man. So I think what we'll do is we'll give this one away to somebody. We'll do this little combo pack for somebody. And I think with this one, maybe we'll throw in a bunch of these 8-bit zombie stickers.
I think that's cool, man. Yo, hit them with some UV. I bet there's some crazy shit happening there.
Oh,
maybe. I don't know.
No, you're right. You're right. You're right. Let me set these up real quick because those look real good. What about this guy? Oh, yes. All right. All right, let me turn the light off real quick.
Mood lighting.
Yeah, really cool UV on all those, actually.
That's fun.
Yeah. They glow? No, no glow. UV, though, for sure.
Something there wants to glow.
Yeah.
I think it's the back guy.
Oh, it's the alien. It's the alien. Yeah.
Some kind of like a glow topper. Looks like the RIP might be glowing at the top on the tombstone. Oh yeah, yeah.
It's like it looks silver, but it's blue actually. I mean, it glows blue.
That's what's up, Blow Boys.
Yeah. So, anyways, we'll do two giveaways tonight.
Sounds good, man. So that first set is, or the first guy is going to be that military GI Joe dude in the block. I dig it. All right.
From 8-bit Mike.
From the old 8-bit Mike. Let me get the Wheel of Death up here. Boom, boom. I'm amazed you guys are still on here. It's almost 2 a.m. my time. You guys are mind blowing me.
Yeah. Also gonna give some 8-bit zombie stickers with that. Bam. That'll be the pack for that. Oh, and a toxic perfume sticker too.
So if anything, this might be one of those situations where tonight some people are on the wheel that I've been trying to make sure I'm going through the comments. I probably missed somebody tonight. If there was ever a night that I missed somebody, it would be tonight. And then the other thing I was going to say is some people who aren't even in the room tonight probably are unfortunately on the wheel because I'm trying to scroll and make sure I catch everyone. Like DT O'Keefe, I don't believe is here tonight. Sorry, DT O'Keefe. Wendigo, I don't believe you're here tonight. Sorry, Wendigo. Crashman 27, I don't see on the list.
He was in.
Do I have him listed here?
No, you don't. I was just saying that he was in the room.
Good catch, good catch, good catch. T-Bone.
Oh, there you got Crashman 27.
Oh, I just pasted him in a second ago.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Let me double check up above. Don't want to have anybody twice. No cheetahs. Boom, 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 boom. If anybody does not see their name on here, please let me know.
Shed Quarter says almost 4 p.m. on Friday here. Jasmine says Shed is now future, man.
I wish, like, you don't understand how much my child brain wishes that, like, that actually worked in some way, that you guys were actually indeed in the future in some way.
I remember Titty saying that when we first started that it really worked good for his Friday schedule because it was a time where he was doing art stuff on Friday afternoons. So, but yeah, crazy how that works, man. I can't wait for it to be Friday. Another hour.
All right, he
Oh.
gave her a spin there. All right, Mecha Ducky, there you have it.
Hey, there you go.
in, hangs out, chimes in one time, wins a frickin' giveaway of 8-bit Mike.
Yeah,
Glad to see it going somewhere, man.
And some
If
8-bit
anything,
zombie stickies.
He's got a very impressive collection. It'll be in a good home.
Nice.
All right, you want to whip through into the next giveaway piece?
Next one is going to be the Alien from 8-bit.
Alien
And
Spinner.
the gravestone from either 8-bit Mike or Toxic Fumes. I'm sure he will reach out and let me know who did what. I will let you know whoever wins.
That's just it, right?
Yeah. It's such a cool idea, dude. Like the multi-pour in there in that setup. You pour, let it sit, and they're all so dang good.
He's just having fun, man.
Yeah.
So has been Toyz wins.
Hey, Colin.
I think we've said it before. They are indubitably a very lucky person.
Colin
says
got the gold.
remove all instances. So I might have accidentally had them on twice, apparently. So my apologies, everybody.
I need to show one more piece that I set aside for some reason when I opened the Toxic Fumes piece. This is called the Forecaster. I don't know if you saw those.
Oh shoot! Yes, I did. There are fucking green plastic tunnels, mold.
Yes, created by green plastic tunnels. Green plastic tunnels, man. You know what? I just realized I didn't put him on the ad for tonight. Totally forgot this was a collab. But ooh, check that out. So it's like a clear cape with a red blood drip and a black drip on the other side.
You got the red black. Yeah,
the red black, man. And you know where that's going next to all the other red black pieces I've got recently.
I'm glad that red black suddenly has taken your liking because it'll keep you away from all the cotton candies.
Oh my God. Somebody mentioned something. I think it was Skilled One mentioned something about a cotton candy piece the other day. And I was like, yeah, that's what I need. I need more of those.
Pink
That's
blues,
cool,
man.
though.
That's really sharp. He killed that, man. I like seeing collabs like that. I'll be honest, those are cool collabs.
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
Nice.
So not only poor Has-Been, everybody else who wanted those Has-Been Toyz is not only sleeping apparently, so I missed the fact that he went and tucked in. But I also actually had him on the wheel too.
Oh man. I'm gonna put this forecast in the light just real quick because it's super cool.
Oh shit, that swirl is really sharp.
Yeah, right. You can see it on the red side with a little bit of black, right? Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, it's a good one. There might be some of these left. There was, I believe, 4 of them in there. There was quite a few 5.5s. So hit up that Toxic Fume store and check out some of those. Asleep at the wheel.
What a fucking goober, eh?
But that's a great one, man. That one's made by Green Plastic Tunnels and Toxic Fumes.
Well, I don't even know how to say this politely. So I hope this comes across well because most people understand how much I fucking love Toyz. So I hope this comes across properly. It makes me think of Bog Squad's piece, but you know how a lot of times in the bootleg world, there's like we saw it with fucking Death and Strawberries as Batman a moment ago, right? I can't help but kind of look at that Green Plastic Tunnel Toxic Fumes casted one and be like, oh yeah, it's the bootleg of the fucking Bog Squad one that none of us can get our hands on.
Yeah, God, those Bog Squads that's a tough land right there, man. I know where there's. I mean, if you look hard enough, you'll find some out there. They're not cheap, but you can find them on the secondary market right now, and they're pricey, but they're nice.
Wise 96 Wise, man. I will find you one day.
Me and Hurt were just talking about him the other day, and you start kind of scrolling through the stuff, and you're like, this is just stupid.
Incomprehensible. That's the best way I can put it. Incomprehensible. I've never seen. Oh yeah, okay, but get hurt. Okay, and I get it. People are kind of like they're overrated, no soul in them. That's totally legit. That's why I'm not going to go racing out to try and acquire some McDonald's ones. That's why I want you guys to boot it. Give it soul. Breathe some soul into these commercial, lifeless bullshit pieces.
Yeah, I actually didn't know this was a thing, and went there for something else, and was like, "What the fuck is that?" And it's super cheap, man. I mean it. And
all of them.
I keep seeing people. I don't know. This is the only one that I have, but I keep seeing
I'm in
people
McDonald's toys.
Yeah, and they said that they're sold out and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Maybe I just don't get it, dude. It's just like, I mean, it's a grimace with 4 eyes and a weird smile, and it's like, I don't know. I see people selling these things for like outrageous amounts of money. I don't get it. I don't know.
Boot it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man. Is that I'm okay. So if we're gonna be honest for a quick second, my brain is trying really hard to just kind of look at it as I'm an old head. There's probably some young entrepreneur out there that is actually the designer of these toys. I don't want to make some person fucking go off and want to kill themselves the way that the guy who played Jar Jar Binks wanted to after he did Jar Jar Binks. It's for the next gen. If I don't get it, that's fine. I don't need to go on like the attack of some sculptor who this is their style, right? So I don't know, dude. Like they're neat. Maybe they're not necessarily for us, but imagine some of these things if they were molded up and casted in some dope ass colors. Picture your like altered state of consciousness if your grimace looked like that. That'd be rad. 4 eyes would make sense.
Well, and I mean, if you look at this, dude, first of all, if you did this solid, it would be a really, really chunky piece. But look how much space you have in there to do different things. Either put things in there or do different, swirls or whatever you want. I mean, you could probably do some cool shit with that. I would think. I mean, it looks like a pretty big canvas to do some stuff.
Double cast the hell out of it, man. Double cast some chicken nuggets inside the bellies.
I was gonna say put a big ass burger in there, dude. Something.
A burger's a lot, but a nugget. I'd buy a nugget inside of a clear casted 4 eyes grimace.
Oh, one of the like a Simeon cheese nugget.
Oh, now
You know
we're
what I mean?
talking. One of the classic McDonald's nuggies. That might be a little big.
Yeah.
Some kit bashes. Oh, jeez.
And speaking of Simi Cheese, I think Death and Strawberries put up that Burger King earlier.
Yes.
The Blood King, right?
Yeah.
From Simi and Cheese. And that's funny that he showed that because I never knew the scale of that. And now I think I know. Unless it was
the size of a chess pawn.
Yeah, right. That makes sense.
McAducky, you're completely
yeah.
right. You are completely right.
Yeah.
Right. Considering that he's already done McDonald's as well,
Yeah.
Make your
Mecca
own character from
sends
Stylin.
your address to either myself or Crumbs or on the show page. I'll get the prize pack out to you. Colin, I have your address about 1,000 times over. So
A Chicago boy on McAducky. I've got a sneaky suspicion. Well, I don't want to put it out there. We'll play it out by ear. I'll talk to you in the DMs, Peter J.
Yeah.
You know what, dude? I do have interesting accounts maybe to share, but we're at 2:06 a.m. my time, and I think we're creeping into almost a 4-hour show at this point. If we
That's
consider
true.
when you would have started at 10 on the live on IG. So I say we call it, man. And
All
over
good.
the weekend, guys, watch our IG page. I'm going to be posting accounts in our stories for things that are under 1,000 or accounts under 1,000 and pieces available under $35. But it has been a long night. I can't believe that you guys hung out with us for this long. Gosh.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of stuff, man. Showed a lot of stuff. That was cool.
We blew a lot of smoke.
Death and Strawberries, Barrio Boba, Vomiting Droids for coming on. Thank you. You all are welcome anytime.
Yes, and more of you in the future. I'm really fucking stoked. I think it's next week that we're going to be doing these. Next week's the 13th. So next week, if we're going to have any guests join us at all, it'll be people who just also are half goofed and just want to fucking also talk about the 50 plus artist submissions for the Lab Monkey #9 Frankenstein show. It's gonna be dope.
That's going to be a fun show, man. We're basically going to do if you missed it at the beginning of the show, they're going to do the F is for Frank show. Then they're going to do a little show after that. Their show's going to end. And they're going to kick it right over to us. And we're basically going to pick up where they left off and talk about pieces and the show and artists who are out there. So it'll be a good time.
And then it'll be a big old echo chamber. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Fuck, man. Always a blast. Thank you for your patience. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out. Fucking fun times, man. Until next week.
For sure.